welcome to the Swing and Bump podcast. Today we have myself, Wes, and James on the show. Mitch might pop in later. We'll see. We'll see if he does. He said he may.
Never know with him.
You never know. And honestly, it doesn't really matter because he doesn't offer much anyways. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. We're going to have a very draft heavy show today, as tomorrow for you guys listening will be the NFL draft. We're going to also do a all-time greatest sports movies draft. I'm really excited about that. Good idea, James. Talk a little bit of baseball. I'm sure you have some basketball you want to talk, Wes. And whatever you're doing, Wes, please stop.
I don't know which side James is on.
So go this way, upright.
No. On my screen, guys, and what will be on YouTube, it is all three of us next to each other. I'm in the middle. Wes is on my, whoops, it's mirrored, my left. And James is on, wait.
All right. We're doing too much. Doing way too much.
All right. This is the Swing Up podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you are not watching YouTube, you're missing out. Bye. Okay. Wow. What a rough start to the show, fellas. What a rough start.
I think it was beautiful.
I think it's a great start.
Hey, it's fine. I mean, I'm smiling, which is really the only reason I do this. So let's keep it up. All right. Let's start off with baseball. Let's do some power rankings. Go, Wes. You can nominate first, then James, then I'll go last.
How are we gonna do it? 10 down.
Let's start from one.
Thank you.
It's so much easier.
So much easier.
All right, number one, Wes. What do you got?
I would go with the Kansas City Royals, but they might just be in some early season hot streaks. So, right off the bat, I got to go with the Dodgers.
Which is a bummer because you don't want to pick the team that's clearly the best, but they are. So
yeah, they're the deepest lineup. They have the best rotation in baseball. We'll see if they ever get knocked off the top spot.
Probably not.
James, who you got it to?
There's a lot of teams that you could put here based off talent, but right now I'm going to go with the hottest team in baseball, and I'm going to say the Oakland A's at 2.
I get down with that. I had the A's at 3. I personally would probably put the Dodgers higher, so Padres higher, so I'll nominate the Padres for 3. They don't have the best record, but they have played the Dodgers 6 times.
Yeah.
Play the best team, it's going to hurt your record, and I still think that they're one of the top teams in the game. So I'll go with the Padres at 3. Before we move on, you guys want to talk about something about the Padres-Dodgers series?
Tatis is looking like a
MVP candidate.
Amazing.
Yeah, 5 home runs in 3 games, 2 off Kershaw, 2 off Bauer, and then who was the one he hit off last night?
Dustin May.
Yeah, or Sunday night, I should say. Now, here's something I want to talk about, okay? Interesting topic. The whole thing that happened with Bauer, Tatis. You guys know I love Bauer. I know you guys don't feel the same way. But Bauer did this whole told the batter he was going to close his eye, and then after he strikes him out, he points at his eye and says, I had my one eye closed, right? Did that in spring training. Hasn't done it in the regular season. But then Tatis hits a bomb off Bauer, and as he runs the bases, he's showboating like crazy. He did Bauer strike. He covers up his eyes. He runs the bases. He was rubbing it in. 2 at bats later, I think he didn't hit. It wasn't back to back for him. I think there was one at bat where it was his first at bat and his third at bat. He went home, hit a homer again. No, don't get me wrong. Padres still lost the game, but Tatis does a bat flip again and goes off, and he's just really pumped now. And later on, after the game, Bauer's asked about it. He says, I love it. I think it's great that we are having guys get excited when you do something great. Awesome. I'm not going to throw at somebody because they get excited and they beat me. It's my job to go out and do better next time. But it was reviewed later that Tatis clearly, you can see on camera, looks back and can see what pitch is called. Now, maybe he was a little late on seeing what finger actually went down, but I will tell you right now, as a catcher, I had to watch for that all the time. And also as a catcher and as a hitter, I looked all the time. Did it help me very much? No. But when I knew a fastball was coming, it helped. And when I got those groundouts the first, Wes, it's because I knew a fastball was coming, okay?
He's right here. He could be looking at his wrist or his elbow or something.
It's just, I read a bunch of articles about it. Guys do it all the time. It's just sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. It's not illegal. It's 100% legal. And if you can see what pitch is coming, do it. By all means. It's not against the rules.
It's not like they're banging trash cans.
Right. No, that's not. It's the catcher's job to make sure someone's not looking. You're supposed to get every advantage you can within the game, right? Runners on second base should try to tell the first baseman what pitch is coming. It's part of the game. Just don't use technology to do it. Okay. So not illegal, but Bauer tweets out at him. It's like, hey, next time, if you need to know the pitch so bad, just ask daddy what it is, and I'll let you know. Okay. And then Tatis like posts another tweet of him like holding Bauer, like photoshopped as Bauer's a little baby. And they're just going back and forth. So it's a friendly rivalry, one I'm excited to see for a long time, because they both have these huge long contracts, those two teams. So we'll see them there for a while. But
Bauer just have a 2-year contract.
Bauer signed like a 5-year, didn't he? Could have swore he signed.
Pretty sure it was like a 2 or a 3-year contract.
Well, either way,
2 low gears.
listen to what I say and don't check.
Tatis signed like a 13-year deal, so
Tatis will at least
they'll
be
probably
there
be
a
seeing
time.
each other again.
Okay, so I think there's going to be a lot of history, and every at bat between those two is going to be something to watch.
And I feel like this series has like brought excitement back to baseball too.
Yeah, it really has. I think this year has been really exciting. Something that one of you brought up was that this has been the most baseball watched in a long time. And it's been an exciting year. We haven't, if you look at the standings, let me look right now, MLB standings. We have a 9-14 team in the West, a 7-16, which is not as bad as some starts we've seen in the past.
Why are you doing
Central?
Win losses first and then wins?
No, I'm talking about the worst teams in baseball right now.
Okay.
The Rangers are 9-14, Tigers are 7-16, Yankees 9-13. Nationals bomb their division at 8-11, Reds 10-12. And Rockies 8-14. This is, I mean, we have a lot of parity in the league. The best teams you see are Dodgers at 15-8, Brewers 13-9, Mets 9-8 are winning their division.
You skip the Giants.
Did I skip the Giants? No, I didn't.
Yeah,
the Giants are
15-8.
second in their division. Okay, sure, whatever. All right. A's are 15-8, Royals 14-8, and Red Sox 14-9.
Pirates. Pirates are 12-11 on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of parity in the league, and games are exciting. We're seeing good pitching. We're seeing good hitting. Seeing some bad hitting, bad pitching here and there. But I just think that this has been a really interesting start to the season. Now, before we get too far, the reason I brought up this series, Bauer says, I don't think that I need to throw at a hitter just because he showboated after he hit a home run. But if you look at that at bat, okay, now Bauer threw a lot of outside pitches to Tatis, and that's that third at bat. It was fastball outside. John Boy Media, you guys know who they are?
Yep.
Okay. He did a really cool video where he showed the pitch sequencing of what Bauer did to Tatis trying to strike him out. And usually as a hitter, your frame of mind would be that he's going to come with something inside, or that he's either going to, you might think he's going to stick with something outside. But just the fact that he reached out, that second home run, that slider was so far outside. And when you look at Tatis, he was really crowding that plate. I'm going to tell you right now, after that first home run against Bauer, Tatis said, was he trounced around those bases, I own Bauer, and was so confident. Whereas if you're Bauer, this is what old baseball, that guy would have got plunked. If he's leaning out over the plate like that, and he just did what he did to me in the previous inning, he's getting hit, right? Because you're saying, no, you do not own me. You don't rule me. I am the top dog here. I'm put you back in your place. Old baseball, that's what happens. That home run never gets hit, or you brush him off the plate. So while I agree with Bauer, let guys play the game, I think it came back to bite him because he kind of let Tatis have that confidence over him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he's letting the batter dictate where he wants to go.
Yep.
And whether you hit him or not, it's not necessarily like, oh, he hit a homer, I'm gonna hit it, I'm gonna throw at him. But if a guy is leaning over the plate, you got to control. Like as a pitcher, you have to be able to use all sides of the plate.
Yeah.
To set up that outside slider, a lot of pitchers will go up and in just to bring him.
It doesn't have to be a fastball as hard as you can at his head, but brush him back. Say, hey, dude, I don't care if you just hit a dinger off me and you rip the ball to left center field. You're getting off my plate, and I'm owning this at bat here. And I think that Bauer kind of let Tatis rule it. So that's where I kind of think, you know what? I'm kind of on the fence of, yeah, guys flip the bats, but be prepared. You might get hit if you're going to try to stage one up on the pitcher. So I don't know. I think it's fine. I don't think you got to kick guys out for that kind of stuff either.
No, you don't. I don't think you should. But there's a difference between taking guys out and showing that you can throw to any side of the plate with command. And that's just a setup pitch. You throw up and in to get him with a slider down and away.
That's just the thing.
And whoa, I don't want to see that again.
I mean, it was a mistake Bauer made too. I mean, every pitch he threw was outside, so Tatis is going to start leaning that way. But I just think that Bauer kind of cowered in the moment to pitch to him because of he got in his head. So I think old baseball, that guy's getting plunked and he's not hitting a home run. He's got a guy on first base instead. So big difference. Big difference. All right. What are we talking about next? I forget. I was really
We're on number 4.
yes. Okay. Wes.
After that, Logan puts.
Who you got number 4? So we
Number
got
4.
Dodgers, A's, Padres.
I'm actually gonna go team that we didn't think that would be there this early. I think we had them a lot lower in the rankings, but I'm gonna go White Sox at 4.
Interesting.
Their pitching staff has been very, very good. They're hitting. They lost Eloy Jimenez, which is big, but Jose Abreu is still very elite, and Yohan Moncada's, that batting average isn't there, but he's still hitting for slugging percentage is very good. So I think they're there. I know there's a few teams with better records, but long term, I wouldn't want to face them against any other team that's there.
I'm okay with it. I mean, I got a couple teams ahead of them as of right now, but yeah, I'm okay with it. Who you got, James?
All right. Now I'm going to go based off who I think will win in the matchup. The record is not as good as the people ahead of them, but they also haven't played as many games as the people ahead of them. But I had the New York Mets in the next spot.
Depends on who you have pitching that day. Dude, what is surprising? I mean, I preface this with Lindor always starts slow. But Mets fans are legitimately booing him right now. Like when
he chose to go there.
He's starting. I mean, he didn't.
He
didn't choose. He got traded there, and he just signed an extension.
Well, exactly.
But I mean, he'd be playing there this whole year, anyways.
True.
I don't think that's the big story, though. I mean, it's DeGrom's had more RBIs than runs he's allowed. So I mean,
ridiculous.
That's nuts.
Absolutely.
And he's striking out like 13 people per game. It's
15
insane.
the last one. I'm very much enjoying him on my fantasy team. Also, there were like the Indians Twins game today had I think like 11 runs scored, and I had like 10 of them on my fantasy team. I was like, all right, keep it going. But yeah, I was surprised how slowly Lindor started. But I mean, they're 9-8 and winning their division. That whole division starting so slow.
But we always start slow. And we actually, Ian Anderson's the first shutout starting pitcher I think we've had this year, basically. And he went 7 innings today, had 8 strikeouts. And we haven't had that all year, and it's killing us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, if you don't have depth, it hurts your bullpen. If you don't have depth from your starting pitchers, or length, I should say.
However, I think you can go through a 6 or 7 game stretch where you're just god awful. The Astros just went through it and just got through it, and we're only a tenth of the way through the season.
Oh yeah,
that's the good news.
A fifth.
Get it right.
So there's plenty of time for all these teams.
I'm up, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm surprised that you went White Sox, and who was the second one you took, James?
The 5th is Mets.
Mets. Okay. I mean, I don't have the Mets in my top 10, but okay. I'm gonna go with the Red Sox here. I think that they're still playing really well. Their pitching is doing well, hitting is doing well. We can't not have them up near the top half of the or top 10 for sure.
JD Martinez is killing it.
Oh yeah, he is.
As always.
I've got the Red Sox.
Naturally.
And I don't know. I hope you guys get this next team right here. So please don't mess this up.
It's on Wesley. So
Wes, don't mess this up.
Oh, the pressure's on.
Let's just say their team name has something to do with alcohol.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
I was picking them. I was definitely
okay. Good.
Okay, so number 6, Brewers. They are first in their division.
Yeah.
13-9. They're playing very well. They did just lose today or yesterday. One of those two.
Okay, you don't lose games.
But yeah, best team in their division.
It is baseball.
But again, that division's the Reds are in last and they're 3 games out of it. So
yeah.
I could easily see the Brewers. I mean, not last. The Pirates, I think, will still be last, but they're second right now. So that division's wide open as always. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Brewers at 6.
Yeah, I mean it's nuts. You got the Brewers at 13-9, Pirates 12-11, Cardinals 11-11, Cubs 10-12, and Reds 10-12. That's just absolutely crazy. Mitch, welcome to the show, dude. Nice to have you. I see you really getting into your Vice golf balls. You got a hat and everything, huh?
I do like it.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, you're gonna have to give us like a golf tip of the day today.
All right.
You've been doing nothing but golfing. Literally every day is the last thing you do. All right, moving onward. James, who do you got for us next?
What number are we on? 7, 8, 7.
Can you guys give me a quick rundown on the first 6?
Yes, sure thing.
Or are you going
So far we have Dodgers, A's, Padres. 4 was White Sox, 5 Mets, 6 Red Sox, 7 Brewers. So 8 right now, James.
Okay, cool.
All right. Both these teams that I'm thinking, won't be here at the end of the year probably, but I'm going to put the team there, and I'm going to go the San Francisco Giants.
I like it.
They're playing good baseball. I like their youth. Will they sustain it? Probably not, but they're the second highest score differential in baseball right now.
Kevin Gossman has a 2.14 ERA.
Hell is it? He's a former Brave. They always stink.
Well, he was also a former Oriole and did pretty well with them too. Yeah, I like it. I would have gone Giants here as well. Okay, next we go up. Oh, go ahead.
I was really curious where the Giants were going to fall because I was doing research for this because I was like, oh, they're going to do
well. Here, you can have the next one, Mitch.
I was
shoot.
My team.
All right, so what do you think about the Giants?
I knew the Giants were playing really well, but like I'm pretty sure they weren't playing like any particularly good teams. And so I saw some people that had them at like 12, 13, 14. Mm-hmm. I saw some people that had them inside the top 10. So I was really curious to see where you guys had. I know their pitching has been really good. And right now their offense is cooking.
Yeah, so that's huge.
I was just curious where you guys were going to put them. So I figured they'd be like a 9-10.
That's huge for these early season power rankings is like, who did they play? Because like a lot of Indians fans are hopeful. They're like, oh, the Indians actually have a good shot. We're cleaning some things up. Offense is improving a little bit. Our pitching is going absolutely nuts. I'm like, look at the teams we've played. We've played the Twins, the Royals. We played one series against the White Sox, the Tigers, and the Twins and the Yankees. These are all awful teams outside of the White Sox. So it's like we're 11-11 against bad teams. What does that make us? A bad team. So I think that there's a lot of things like that going on. Like that's why I had the Padres so high, even though they're only 10-8. It's against good teams. They've been playing some good teams. So yeah. All right, I'll take the next team. So we had Giants 8. I'm torn between two teams here. Having the Mets in so high kind of hurts me a little bit. I don't like that very much. I'm gonna go with a team that's given up quite a few runs. The third most actually is the Tampa Bay Rays, but they've been scoring a lot, and they're not at the top of their division as the Red Sox are, but I still think they're one of the best teams out there. So I know they're 11-12, but I think they've played kind of the same situation. They've played some good teams, so I've got the Rays, but I would be okay with having the Astros instead here. But I'd have one of those two teams.
They have not had a very hard schedule.
Yeah, who they played?
They played the Yankees. They played the Marlins. They played Boston. They played Texas. They played Kansas City and Toronto.
So they haven't necessarily played some great teams, but they've played some hot teams though, as in Kansas City at least. Toronto hasn't had an awful start. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I think they're a good team.
Hey, it's your pick. You do what you want.
Yeah, you get the Mets at 5, so.
Yeah, and the Mets are, I think, way better, but in my business.
I think they're a top 10 team for sure. So.
Okay. All right, Mitch, do you want to take 9 or do you want to?
Oh no, you guys go ahead and finish out.
All right, so actually, I think this is the 10 spot. So Wes, who do you got at 10?
I feel like the Royals, even though I don't think they'll be here, they deserve some respect because they're playing very well. I'm looking up little stats right now. Danny Duffy leads the American League with a .39 ERA through his first 4 starts.
He always shreds the Indians every time. Drives me crazy.
So props to that guy, and they haven't lost more than 2 games in a row all season through 21 games. So props to them. But the team that between them and the Astros, I would rather face the Royals because the Astros are starting to put it together. We went 1-9 over a stretch of 10 games, and we're still 11-11. So we just took 3 out of 4 from the Angels. We have 6 guys hitting over 300. We're getting guys back from the injured list, and it's looking pretty dang good. We're kind of on a roll right now, so we're getting some. We're having some, well, I won't say that, but I was going to say something, but probably not appropriate. But anyways, we're playing good over the last 6 games.
Well.
So.
We're playing well, yes. I would probably include the Braves in my top 10. So if I had to swap someone out, I think the Braves are still a good team, even though they started slow. You guys need to get Marcell Ozuna rolling. He has started so poorly after having a great year last year.
I
But
think
yeah,
the Cardinals could probably be there too.
yeah, Cardinals, Mariners have started okay.
I
Phillies-
always put the Angels up there.
I know you do. I don't know why, but you
Shohei
do.
Ohtani's leading the league in homers.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's like a bunch of guys who have 7 home runs right now. I think Acuna just took over with 8, right?
He hit one tonight. I don't know. What
Yeah,
he's
I think
at.
Acuna just took the lead at 8.
Wasn't that pitcher that had 7? No, it
Yeah,
was the
Ohtani.
first-
Oh, Ohtani. Yeah.
Yeah, the first time a pitcher was leading the league in home
Now,
runs.
Mitch, you know
started-
he pitches and plays outfield, right? Or
Yes.
DHs.
Well, I mean, he's
Yeah.
only played outfield
Duh.
once in his career
Yeah,
so
he
far. But
he DHs because he's a crazy good hitter. So when he doesn't pitch, he plays on the field.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
He's one of the first guys to do that since Babe Ruth.
No,
That's crazy.
I didn't know.
I know. Ohtani, Shohei Ohtani, one of a kind guy. All right, that's our MLB power rankings. I really enjoyed that. That was one of our best power ranking shows we've ever done. We didn't fight. We just
I
kind of
think I
roll
like
with
the
it.
fighting more.
The fighting is fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Big
when we
fan of
start at 10, it makes it so much harder because because there's too many teams that are left. But you're fine bumping people off at the end. you know?
Someone always gets bumped anyway, so
Yeah.
there was less bumping.
All right. Okay. Cool. All right. I say any sports news we need to talk about before we get rolling. Oh, you guys see the UFC fights this weekend?
Did not.
Whew. All right. So all the names and stuff, I don't remember them all. I watched almost every fight, or at least the highlights of the ones that I didn't watch. But there was some crazy stuff. If you are weak of stomach and listening to things, it may make you sick. Then
I
don't
did-
listen for a second.
I
But
saw
that
that one.
guy, Mitch, go ahead. You
No,
saw?
you're talking about the leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
So there was a guy a few years ago who had a similar instance where he tried to kick the guy's shin.
It was Silva, wasn't it, or whatever? His name
Yes,
is?
Anderson Silva. Yeah, and or Anderson Silva.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
And he kicks, and his shin snapped, but his leg like wrapped around the other guy's leg and then bounced back. It's like, okay, it was nasty. I think this was worse, in my opinion, because he kicks and like you don't really see a grimace or anything, but then he plants his leg back on.
And it just
And
goes.
just goes, "Wah." And he just no bones straight to the ground, and you just see his leg just literally. It's like you ever get your straw and dip it into water, and it goes ooh, like a little worm. A straw wrapper, I
spring.
mean the straw wrapper.
Oh, I was like, what
my
straw
bad.
are you using?
That straw does not look
Does
like a
not
worm.
work very well.
I don't think you know what a straw is.
No, the straw wrapper. When you're a kid, it would like you put it in the water and it just like collapses on itself. It was like that, and that's his leg just goes. It's like it turned to jelly. It was nasty.
Can we talk about how Jake's putting his straw wrapper in his water right now?
I said when I was a kid.
Like, come on.
Um,
What's wrong
explains a
with
lot.
this
I
guy?
still
on,
do it
son.
today. Or you crumple it up and you lay it on the puddle and it like grows out. Yeah, that's always fun too. All right. But yeah, I thought that it was really cool. Or not cool, really gruesome. But then there was also like 4 other knockouts, and that happened in the first like 14 seconds of the fight. It was the first contact that they had between each other. Like they had just been standing. He goes, kick. My leg's broken. I lose. This is nuts.
Still
Absolutely.
get paid.
I know that guy did all that training. You know that the other guy trained for months, literally just to stand there and let a guy kick him in the shin, and then he won.
Don't they get paid more though for winning? So he's probably like, hey,
Oh yeah, you get paid
easy,
more.
easy money, baby.
Oh,
And I didn't get beat up.
literally the easiest money he'll ever win.
My leg broke another's guy leg. Lots of money.
That's got to be some strength though. I mean, because you don't have a lot of traction. You just stand there barefoot, and to just plant so much that you do not give it all, and the guy's leg just snaps on yours. That is nuts.
I for whatever reason I've been getting like UFC highlights showing up in my Facebook videos that I'll scroll through for like an hour and a half.
It's probably because
There's
you're
so
friends
much-
with me.
They're so much fun to watch.
Oh yeah, I watch so many UFC knockout videos. It's ridiculous.
I'm not all about that life. I can't handle when someone's punching someone. They're already unconscious on the ground. Like, that guy's about to die.
So you're
They're still
watching
going
like
ham.
old 20-year-old or you have 15-year-old UFC highlights because they don't let that happen anymore. But yeah, they used to just literally let you obliterate people. It was nuts.
The
I'm a
refs don't
big
jump
fan
in
of
fast
the,
enough.
Yeah.
Guys
The
like
Kimbo
tapping out.
Slice
And he's like,
knockout
nope.
videos.
He's like, you're still breathing, punk.
What was?
I'm a big fan of the Kimbo Slice knockout videos where they're just barefisted, like
Like in the
streets.
backyard? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good videos.
Kimbo,
Slap
big
fights.
old beard. Yeah. Dude's
I watched
nasty.
one just like you're talking about, Mitch, there was one the other day where the announcers, Joe Rogan and others, were like, he's going to call the fight. He's got to call it. He looks like he's down. And this guy was just getting haymakers to his face. Usually after one big punch, if the guy like responds slow, they call the fight, right?
Right.
But this guy had to take, I mean, this is a heavyweight fight, so it's two big guys. He had taken 2 or 3 huge blows to the face, but he continued to like get back up, so they didn't call it. So this guy, the other guy who kept landing every punch, goes in and just got super aggressive and comes in. And the guy who'd been getting obliterated the whole time just like throws up an elbow and just knocks him cold. It was one of the craziest comebacks I've ever seen. It was nuts. It was nuts. And I always just say the guy and the dude because I don't know any of their names except for
I don't know anybody's names either. But I saw this one where the
Sean
dude was
O'Malley. I love him.
Like I don't know, some guy I guess was challenging another fighter who was like a heavyweight, and this guy's like a medium weight or like a 2 featherweight. I don't know how it works. And like the heavyweight guy just like knocks him out in one punch, and the fight's over.
One punch.
Like it's actually kind of hilarious. But anyway, okay, moving right along.
Anyone know what that was from? The One Punch?
One Punch Man.
Thank you. All right, moving right along. So that was UFC fight. We don't talk about UFC stuff ever. Maybe we should get more into it. No, I love it. I'm a big fan. Back in, I used to be Jack Sweets, the old
High school
pilot co-host of the show, who doesn't come on anymore because he said
the OG member who abandoned us.
He did abandon us, but he and I used to get all the cards and we would watch fights together. It was good times.
I hope it wasn't because of me, because he was literally on there for like one show, and then he was like, "I'm out, guys."
He was on, and then you joined and he stopped. He was like, "Oh, they got 3. He's too good for us." Him and his big lips. All right, so I'm really excited for this next portion of the show. I hope you guys have some movies queued up because James had a great idea for us today. We're going to do the draft, the all-time greatest sports movies. Now, I'm going to make sure that we have it fair so we can determine who gets the correct draft order.
How many rounds are we going to do?
I think we do 4. So total of 16 movies. All right. Random generator.
I'll be taking Airbud 1, 2, 3, and 4.
All right. Mitch, you recognize this? Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. That probably would help.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it Milltown Pride?
What? No, this.
Oh, yeah.
Back from when we used to do rando movie night in college.
Thank God, we never had to watch Rubber.
Oh, we did have to watch it once, and you guys all left, and me and CJ had a great time, or CJ and I had a great time.
Why'd
Thank
you do
you
4,
very
Jacob?
much.
44.
I don't know why I did. I don't even know why I typed Jacob. Okay.
Just hit it once.
Ready? I'm just gonna hit it once, and whatever order it is, that's the order it is.
I really hope I'm first.
I'll be first pick.
Wes, Mitch, Jake James. Wow. Third. Okay, well that sucks. Well, we're gonna hit it again.
No.
All right, I like it.
Wait, one
All
second.
right, we ain't got time for this.
Okay, I guess it's not destined to be. Okay. All right. So what was it? Wes, James, Jake, Mitch.
I was
Mitch.
fourth.
Wes, Mitch, Jake, James.
Yeah.
All right. So Wes, number 1 best sports movie of all time. It doesn't have to be the most grossing movie, but your favorite, whatever you want to do. I don't care.
I'm kind of torn because since I have the first pick, I could go like what's my childhood or what like gets me in my feels, you know. Oh man, so I think I gotta go. I mean, I just gotta go with the feel. Like I watched this movie, I'm in tears, and I love it so much. I'm gonna go with Rudy, number 1.
Rudy, number 1. You probably could have gotten in the second round. I love Rudy. I do.
I would take him.
Rudy's great.
I love Rudy.
See,
I mean,
here's
it's
the
the
thing.
ultimate underdog story. Guys fighting, just to, and I mean, he's trying to play on the best college football team at the time.
Yeah,
he's like this tall.
I mean, he loved Notre Dame. Grew up loving it. It's a great story. It really is.
It's the ultimate underdog story. I love Rudy. So
yeah,
it hits me all in my feels. So I got some others keyed up. So
I just think that maybe if you knew you had the 101, it'd be better. But I just think that when you have the 101, you have to take the most likely.
You have the 101.
Yes. You probably could have gotten Rudy a little later. You get what I'm saying?
Hey, I don't care. I got Rudy. I'm happy with my pick.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
we
Relax.
like him. It's like if I got the number 1 pick and I love Justin Fields, I'm gonna take Justin Fields. You know?
Okay, all right.
There may have been other picks there, but you know what?
Idiot.
I love Justin Fields, so I'm gonna take him.
I'm looking at lists of the greatest greatest movies.
There was a
There's
clear
so
101.
many. There's so many great.
Wes, you could have got in the 4th round.
All right.
Mitch,
moving
have
on.
you ever even seen Rudy?
Yeah, I have.
All right, go ahead, Mitch.
Okay.
What do you got?
Hoosiers.
Hoosiers.
That was gonna be my other pick, Mitch.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
gosh, you guys.
think
are
Hoosiers-
way-
You guys are
think-
disappointing.
I think
Isn't that
Hoosiers
the movie about the Indiana basketball team?
Jake,
It's a
you
good
need to
movie.
hush up. That's a
it's
great
a fantastic movie.
It's a good movie.
Well, maybe I
Hoosiers-
should watch it. I've never
Hoosiers-
seen it.
I would put it top 3, but it's a good movie.
I
That's
would
a
have put it
good
top
movie.
2. So
I'd
Is that
probably
pick,
I'd
Mitch.
probably put it top 3. Yeah. I thought I really like Hoosiers is a great movie.
love it.
Okay.
Love it.
So I'm taking
To
Hoosiers.
be
at-
fair, Hoosiers on this list, vulture.com, is higher than the ones that I have. So I can't argue with you too hard, I suppose. They've got it at 22 out of 50. So, all right, Jay, my turn.
Yes.
Okay. I simply can't let this slide. It's maybe my all-time favorite movie of all time. And if I had the 101, I'd probably take it, even though I might not. But Sandlot is my all-time probably favorite movie. So I got to take Sandlot. I cannot risk James taking it because he has 2 back-to-back picks. So I got to go with Sandlot. James, would you have
That's a good
taken it
pick.
from me?
I was not going to take it.
Well, it's okay. I still love it. And I'm okay. I'm not happy with it.
As far as
Um,
James is concerned, I think the 101's still on the table.
it would be my number 101. So
Perfect. This works out.
I will pick one of the best football movies of all time, and it's going to be Remember the Titans.
That's kind of what I was between Hoosiers.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
very
hoping it'd
happy-
come back to me.
I'm very happy with our selections because all top 4 have been my top 4. So I'm very happy.
Oh,
with that.
wow. Interesting, Wes. All right. I have a very clear-cut strategy. I'm really hoping it works out for me. Okay, what's your next movie, Jay?
My plan is to pick a different sport for all my movies, by the way.
Well, you have fun with that because I'm not going to be doing that.
Well, And then I can guarantee you my 4th one, no one's going to pick. So,
Okay.
all right. I will go. Do I want to go? Are we going to vote on this? Like other people vote on this? Because
I'll post it to Facebook and let people vote, but I don't think that's the point of this.
okay, then I'm going to go with what my probably one of my favorite basketball movies. And I'm going to go Glory Road.
No, that was my pick.
That was mine.
Not my
too.
next pick, but
Great
it was going to
movie.
be my pick. I was hoping to get off my 3rd pick. I love Glory Road, Texas
Great
Western. What a great movie. What a great movie. I love it. Brings people together. All right, I guess that means I'm next. This is a tough decision for me. There's a few that I really want. All right, I'll go with Talladega Nights. Or Nights, just
What
kidding.
did you just say?
Talladega
Kinda
Nights.
think that.
Just
Oh
kidding.
my
I'm kidding. I'm
gosh.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Yes.
Okay.
That
right.
Jake last.
There's so many I want to take here. Like, there's so many movies that aren't going to go on here that just I feel like absolutely have to.
No one's taken my 4th round pick, which is great.
You mean you're okay. We'll see.
We'll
this
see.
this is so hard for me
My next pick may surprise y'all. if
because
Mitch
like
doesn't pick.
there's 4 that I really want, but the thing is like I cannot let some of these go by and you guys might not pick them. I gotta take Miracle.
Oh,
Yeah, I gotta take Miracle.
that was
I
my
mean,
pick.
Yeah, it's an awesome movie and
Time to
good
find
tells
a
the
new
great story of the young Americans taking down the Russians. I had to go with it. It's probably not. It is one of my favorites of all time. There's definitely now going to be a movie that I won't be able to get, but it is what it is. So, all right, what do you want, Mitch?
I'm gonna try and do it, James, here and pick different genres, mostly because Glory Road was taken, so I can't go basketball twice. But I'm gonna go and the acting in this movie is terrible, but it's a classic. Rocky.
Hey.
Rocky's not terrible.
If we were
The
going to do a
first
vote,
Rocky.
if we were going to do a vote to see when I was going to pick Rocky, just so you know.
Rocky, the acting in the first one's not good.
I mean,
But,
who cares about acting? It's always
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rocky. I remember watching that movie for the first time, and
You're talking about Rocky 1, correct?
yeah, Rocky 1. I'll be taking Rocky 2 with the next.
I don't know. Honestly, Rocky 4, this is the one with the Russian, right?
Yep.
Might be better. I love the Rocky.
I love Rocky 1. It doesn't get better than Apollo Creed won the fight, Rocky won the night.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Deep.
The first 4 movies are all fantastic. Like that's one of the few sagas where the sequels didn't just get worse and worse like most sequels do.
5 and 6 are
I don't think I've ever
money
seen
grabs.
5 is pretty bad.
I like the
Creed,
Creed
1 and
too.
2, money grabs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked Creed.
I
1
like
and 2.
them.
I thought Creed was
they're,
good.
they're okay.
I thought
I like-
the story of Creed 2 was really good.
Yeah.
Never saw Creed 2. Saw the first one, though.
Well, Kaylee just ruined the podcast.
I think her dog might have died.
Just kidding.
She's just strangling my dog. It's all good.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
Is it my
All right,
pick?
go ahead,
My
James.
pick.
Oh,
Jake,
you could
go
have
ahead,
taken
Jake.
you could have taken any Rocky movie here. I would have been happy, Mitch. All right, Wes, what do you got?
I think we should make it clear that if you get Rocky, you get all of them. Just so we can't pick Rocky 2 and Rocky
Here,
3.
just say he gets Rocky 1 and no one can pick any other Rockies.
That's what I like.
Cool. Do I get 2 picks here now?
Yes.
Okay.
You're the
With
swing.
my first pick, I'm going to
Your
go
second
baseball. And second pick. Anyway,
Wes is like, my brain.
no, I'm going to go with The Natural. Robert Redford. It's a baseball movie.
Great movie.
I just love it. I love the movie. It's he's a big stud, left-handed
bat.
pitcher coming out, gets shot, comes back 20 years later. It's a great feel-good story.
That movie's got a good place in my heart. My grandpa always told me for years it was great, and I never watched it. And then one day before I went to basic training, he sat down and said, "We're watching this before you go, in case you die." And he watched it with me. So that movie's got a good place in my heart. I love The Natural.
Yeah, I love The Natural. All right, my third pick might surprise y'all. Mitch, you'll like this. It's gonna be The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Okay.
What? I've never
yes,
seen it.
It is the best golf movie there is. No doubt
Thank
in my mind.
you.
Yeah, it's
Is
not
it greater? Is it better than the Caddy Shack? Or is it called the Caddy Shack or the Cat?
Yeah,
You don't even
I
know
don't
the
know what
name
it's
of the
called.
movie.
What about the greatest game ever played?
It's a good one too, but this is better.
Oh
Let's just
wow!
Will
let's be
Smith is
careful
in
with
it.
the movie titles we're
Damon.
throwing out there.
Charlize Theron. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. Will
I'll have to
Smith.
watch it. I've never even heard of it.
It
Will
is
Smith
so
should have
good.
won so many Academy Awards for this movie.
What's it called?
So get
Legend of Bagger Vance.
so get
Legend of
this.
Bagger Vance. I'll have to check and write that down.
So I ran into a guy at a golf course the other day,
That's not good. Were you drunk?
and him and 7 of his friends, so 8 of them, they're starting up what they're calling the Bagger Vance tournament, and they have connections at all these courses around Wisconsin. So they have a connection at Whistling Straits, so they're all going to play at Whistling Straits for free or like $20. They're all going to play at Erin Hills, Sand Valley, and Old Hickory, which is the one here in Beaver Dam, which is a nice course, and I think it might just be those 4, but those are like some like 4 of the nicest public courses in Wisconsin. Oh, and Lasonia is the other one. I don't know. You guys wouldn't know all those,
I
but
haven't
like
played at Lasonia. I know
those are 5 of like the top like 8 nicest public courses in Wisconsin that you can play at. And they're starting up this year, and they just have connections at all those courses, and they're
That's
calling
cool.
it the Bagger Vance tournament. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Why did they
Hoping
decide to name it
to
after
my
that?
way into that one.
Good luck.
What?
Mitch. Why they decide to call it that? Just to name after the
Yeah, after the movie.
movie. Is it a fictional movie or is it based off of true?
I think
Yeah,
it's a true
it's-
story, isn't it?
I'm
I
pretty
mean-
sure it's fictional.
The event itself.
I don't know.
Is the legend of Bagger Vance a true story? Let's see.
I mean,
Wes, was
Bagger's
that your
pretty
second
much
one?
everything.
It's loosely based on the Hindu sacred text of the Bhagavad Gita, where the warrior hero Arjuna refuses to fight. The god
Obviously, you
Krishna
did choose the
appears
right
as
thing.
Bhagavan. This is Will Smith. Shelby follows
Yes.
past the warden hero that he was meant to be. Yes, it is the right thing.
Just keep swinging that club. Looking for that authentic swing.
So apparently that says nothing about golf in the whole title, but it has a picture of Will Smith and guys playing golf. And
Was
Matt
that the
Damon.
second of your 2 picks, Wes?
That was my third. Yeah, that was my second of my 2 picks.
What was your
The
second pick?
natural.
My second pick was The Natural.
All right,
Okay.
Mitch, you're up.
Well, I cannot let. I have to have a golf movie on my list, which really sucks because I want to pick 5 or 6 movies.
You can probably
but
get it with your 4th one, Mitch.
I probably could.
I will not be taking golf.
I'm not picking another golf movie.
I don't trust James,
James keeps his mouth shut.
so I'm gonna take The Greatest Game Ever Played.
Mm.
I love that movie, and I watched it a bunch growing up. And there's a scene in that movie where the caddies like read it, roll it, hole it, and I say that every time I caddy. I'm always like, yeah, just read it, roll it, hole it.
You're such an
and I
idiot,
just-
Mitchell.
I love it. I love that movie. Francis, we met, and so I think that's a great movie.
All right, the next one's
Greatest
easy for
game
me.
ever
I could have taken this my first pick and I would have been happy. I'm gonna go with Pride of Yankees. I mean, I can barely watch that movie without sobbing at the end. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I hate the Yankees, but Lou Gehrig is one of my all-time favorite players, and just seeing the perseverance that he had in the speech at the end. I mean, it was played by himself after he got Lou Gehrig's disease. It's just an absolutely awesome story. Or no, Luke Pride of the
Wait.
Yankees is Gary Cooper. My bad. Ignore what I said.
Yeah, I was like,
But Babe Ruth is in it. Babe Ruth is in it.
Eric was playing.
No, my bad. Ignore what I said. Ignore me. But no, Babe Ruth played himself. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
After I said, I was like, that isn't right. But I just love that movie. It's absolutely awesome. Starts off when he's a kid and everything, and just it's fantastic. If you've not seen The Pride of the Yankees, old black and white movie, absolutely must watch. Could have easily gone in the first round, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
So, deal of the draft, James.
All right, so I am not going to go all 4 genres because I was going to pick Bagger Vance as my third one. Thank you. So I got to debate between a football movie or another basketball movie.
There's more sports.
Yeah, there are, but not today.
Does someone ever make any soccer movies? I cannot think of one.
Bend it like Beckham.
Oh,
Big
yeah,
Green.
the one with the girl.
Airbud with the soccer ball.
Is Bend It Like Beckham the one where the girl comes? She pretends to be a guy.
No, that's
That's Mulan.
no.
Rachel,
It
what's
has-
that movie with Amanda Bynes? The
Shark
soccer
Tale?
movie.
Did someone say Shark Tale?
It's a good movie. Actually,
She's tried to get me to watch it so many times. I forget
It's
what
not a bad
called.
movie.
Oh, She's the Man.
Yeah,
No, that's not it. Is that
That is it. Yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
it.
Cadet Kelly.
All right. So sorry. I don't know why we got off on that tangent, but go ahead.
All right, so I'm probably gonna go the basketball movie, and this is probably like my favorite movie of all time. I mean, it fluctuates, but it is Coach Carter.
Why'd you not take that over Glory Road?
I like. I mean, like, there's three
almost
movies.
said
It's not my
like
favorite movie
Glory
all time, but I like Glory Road more. James, poor James.
Can I explain myself?
Yes, explain yourself.
You?
There are 3 movies that I can watch pretty much anytime and still love them, and this one of the 3. Glory Road, Coach Carter, and then my next one I'm picking are the 3. And the next one I'm picking is going to shock y'all probably because some of y'all probably haven't even seen it. It's actually about a horse.
Yes.
Ooh.
Of course.
It's Secretariat.
Zebra stripe, racing stripes.
I was gonna pick that one.
Secretariat is honestly one of the best movies I've ever seen. It's just well
Great.
done.
It's a great.
And the end, the last race in that movie, you're just like, dang.
it's a
this is-
fantastic movie. I was
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
pick it.
ashamed that you thought that we wouldn't have seen that, James.
How did
Jake
I-
hasn't seen it.
I've seen Secretariat like 3 times.
Oh, wow, nice.
You could have gone. You could have gone Seabiscuit as well.
Yeah.
It's
Secretariat.
actually a good movie. I've
It
only
is.
seen that once.
It is.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm going to choose between these 3 movies.
I'm between 3 movies right now.
Is anyone going to choose a football movie? Because I just want to put the other one out there that I was going to choose.
I will not be choosing a football movie.
I might be picking a football movie. Go ahead and say it. I just won't pick it.
I was going to pick Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night
as
Lights is
well.
great.
I wasn't gonna go with that one.
I considered it earlier, but I'm down to 3 baseball movies right now. I mean, I love baseball movies so much.
I'm
right,
between
so-
2 baseball movies, a football movie, and another
I'm going to walk through my thought process on this.
type of movie.
I'm trying to decide, and a boxing movie. Trying to decide between $1 Million Baby. Love
Good
that
movie.
movie. Great movie.
Really kind of jacked up. But yeah.
It is, but it's a good movie. Major League, Field of Dreams, and what was the other one?
Jake, you got to pick one movie. You can't pick 8 movies.
I'm gonna pick one. Shut up, Mitch.
The Rookie.
No, I do love one of my first. And Moneyball. One of my first baseball movies I watched and owned was Rookie. I've probably seen that movie 100 times. Moneyball.
Keep talking about
Field
these
of
movies
Dreams.
that I want to pick.
I love Major League. I'm gonna give Major League an honorable mention. I'm gonna go with Moneyball.
Dang it.
I love
choose
Moneyball.
I would choose Moneyball of those other ones too.
Moneyball is
Yes.
an absolutely awesome movie. Great cast. The whole process is great.
That was my pick.
Yeah, sorry. I had to go with it. I actually did a project in Stats 2 in college called Moneyball 2.0, where I did a regression analysis, which if you don't know what it is,
It made 0 sense.
it is not, Mitchell. It's a great project. I'm going to actually, our next podcast is going to be walking through this whole presentation for you guys.
I would not be here.
won't be
No,
there.
it doesn't
I
matter.
think I'm busy that
It'll
day.
be just me. But it was really cool. I got to look through all kinds of different stats and say, how much is each individual stat weigh in as far as runs go. So it's just all kinds of studies and mathematical regression. Found out that the more double plays a team has, the less likely they are to get wins. You know why? Because it means you have more runners on base. So it was really cool. It showed a negative regression. So the teams that had the most double plays also had the most losses. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I think one of the greatest scenes in that movie is when Jonah Hill is talking about that real big catcher, that 350-pound catcher. He's like, he never rounds first base, and he's like, he hit a home run, and he didn't even know it. At first, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, oh, it's deep, so deep, oh, so good.
All right. I'm gonna.
All right.
What did I pick? I picked Rocky, greatest game ever played.
We can walk through our picks so far before you guys
And
finish up.
what was the other one I picked? Hoosiers.
Hoosiers, Rocky, Greeks. I have.
So
No, you want to
to
finish? Okay,
We'll finish.
go
We'll
through it
finish.
in a second.
I have several movies I want to pick. I'll wait till Wes picks because I want.
You guys want to go one more round?
I already
Okay.
told you my movies, so there's no reason to go one more round.
We could just talk about sports movies after the draft's over.
Okay.
Yeah, honorable mentions.
So The Rookie was already mentioned, and I did love that movie growing up. And I used to be a big baseball fan, but I'm a big football fan at the moment, so I feel like I need to pick a football movie. Wes, are you picking a football movie?
No.
So I don't really know the public opinion on this, but I absolutely love Draft Day.
It's great. I was
Um,
hoping someone would bring it up.
It's I could watch that movie all the time. I love that movie. It is so fun to watch. But the other football movie that I thought was really, really good was The Blind Side.
Yeah, it's good.
So those are the two I was in between. I'm gonna go Draft Day, but I definitely need to give Blind Side a nod.
Okay.
I would have picked Remember the Titans as my football movie, but James picked
Wes,
it.
what you got?
Okay, I'm between 3 movies here. And actually, most of them are comedies, so y'all enjoy this.
Nice.
The 3 I'm between is White Man Can't Jump, Happy
True.
Gilmore,
Nice.
and what's my last one? It's
Space Jam?
Dodgeball.
Was that a sport movie? I don't
ESPN
know.
Ocho.
Yes,
Ocho. Okay,
Sports
so
movie.
still counts, but no, I think I'm gonna go with man. I see I love Happy Gilmore so much, but I already picked a golf movie, but I already picked a basketball movie, I think.
All right, just call
And-
it Happy
and
Gilmore.
it's
a hockey
dodgeball.
movie.
I'm just gonna go with White Man Can't Jump. I love that movie so much.
It's such a good movie.
It is.
I mean,
so
it's
many
just-
movies. There's so many great ones. Like Chariots of Fire, we could have picked.
Karate Kid.
Karate. Okay. The one about Jesse
Eh.
Owens.
Never Back Down.
That movie with Jesse Owens is very good.
Yes, it's an awesome movie. I love that one. I don't remember what it's called. It might be called Owens.
No, it's. I'll look it up. Continue.
Oh,
A Game of Their Own. A League of Their Own, I mean.
Ellie-
Yes, A League of Their Own.
A Game of Their Own.
have you guys ever seen Cinderella Man?
Yes.
That's a pretty
that's
good
a good
movie.
movie. What's the Southpaw with Jake Gyllenhaal? It's a good one. Bull Durham is great.
Yeah.
The other one, it's another baseball movie. It's called $1 Million Arm. Have you guys heard of that?
I did. I watched it not that long ago. It's okay.
I thought that was a pretty good movie too. I wouldn't.
you
I
guys
wouldn't
Ever
put it
heard
in a
of
draft, but it was a
Shaolin Soccer?
No.
Nope.
Have you guys
Me
ever
neither.
heard of Hoop Dreams?
No, but it's number one on all the lists I've seen.
Yeah, all the lists I'm seeing have Hoop Dreams as number one. It's available on
It's not
HBO
even
Max.
on the list I'm looking at.
If you guys need it, I'll give you my HBO Max password. Not listeners.
I was
Anyone
like, wow,
here.
best podcast
Just-
ever.
Just you three. We should all watch this and come back and talk about it because all the lists I'm looking at, Hoop Dreams is number one. I've never heard of it.
It's called
Nor
Poop
seen-
Dreams.
Yes, Hoop Dreams. No, Hoop Dreams. Hoop Dreams. I want to check it out. Another one
try
I've never
not to
seen,
laugh,
Foxcatcher. You guys ever seen that one before?
No.
Steve
And then-
Carell.
Jake, the name of that movie is Race.
Oh, Jesse Owens one.
Yeah.
Racing
Wonder-
Stripes.
Wonder why.
Great movie.
Yeah. Jesse
Turbo.
Double
Owens.
meaning.
Race is a great movie.
Guys,
What's the other ones.
how did we leave out Cars?
Mitch, you're such an idiot, dude.
Can we move on to the next thing?
I want to talk about more movies that we missed. I think we got most of them.
Cool Runnings,
Ooh, yeah.
That's a great movie.
right?
Right.
Bad
right.
News Bears could have been
Beat
in
that
there.
one.
That's a great one.
Now the original, right? Not
Yes,
not the
original.
one with Billy Bob.
Oh, Billy.
With Bob Thornton.
Yes.
I'm not seeing any more that really have to be in there.
Have y'all ever
Yard,
seen
Longest Yard
Undrafted?
is great.
The Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks could be in there. Longest Yard.
It's all right.
What's that?
42.
42 is great.
Oh,
The one-
42 is good. What's that? That like Christian football movie?
It's
Facing the Giants.
Facing the
Facing the
Giants.
Giants.
there's actually another football.
Actually, it's
My
actually-
All-American.
Yeah, My
It's-
All American's good. Isn't that
Facing the Giants is
series,
not
though?
that bad. It's a little
No,
cheap.
it's a movie. It's just
Yeah.
one movie.
Did you see the oh yeah, My All American? That's the one with the kid in Texas.
He
The Longhorns. He had the
yep,
disease.
yep.
Yeah,
That's the one.
That's a great one.
It
You
is.
Have
heard-
you seen The Express, the guy from Syracuse?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
Before
What
Jim,
about
after Jim Brown,
Yeah, after
Ernie
Jim Brown.
Ernie Johnson, Ernie Brown, Ernie
Something
Johnson.
like that. I don't remember. He went to
What
play
about
for
the
Browns,
cross
had
country
sickle cell
team?
anemia.
I watched that recently.
Yeah.
With
Devin Costner.
Is
Yep,
that really
yep.
a movie about people jogging? I could never.
No,
could
it's
never watch it.
it is so good.
The
I'm telling
other
It has good music that makes you emotional. That's what it is.
That
No,
reminds
Kevin
me-
Costner makes it good.
Kevin
Oh.
Costner in sports movies is golden.
Draft Day.
Yeah.
Eddie the Eagle. Did you guys ever see Eddie the Eagle? That was
Uh-uh.
Heard
about
of it. Never saw it.
Invincible with Vince Papali.
I was just about to say it.
Ooh, that's a good one.
yeah.
I love
How about-
sports movies.
How about Blades of Glory?
Yeah,
With-
all right,
Will
moving
Ferrell.
on.
All right, that was fun, guys. Real quick, recap who you
Recap.
drafted.
Pretty crap.
I got The Sandlot, Miracle, Pride of the Yankees, and Moneyball. Were all mine baseball? No, Miracle's hockey. That was mine. What was your team, Wes?
We had Rudy. We had The Natural. We had Legend of Bagger Vance. And we had White Man Can't Jump, which is the story of my life.
Nice.
I had Hoosiers, the greatest game ever played, Draft Day, and another one that was so good I can't
Hoosiers.
remember.
Do you have a football movie?
Rocky.
Oh, and Rocky.
Rocky.
And James?
I had Remember the Titans, Coach Carter, Glory Road, and Secretariat.
Nice. All right, so make sure you guys go. We're going to post a link in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
I'm glad we
Vote.
covered a wide variety of sports.
That was
in our
fun.
selections.
Vote for what you think was the best, or at least your favorite movies, and tell us what your list would have been. Let's move on to talk about the NFL draft. So tomorrow for you listeners and 2 days for us will be the NFL draft. Who knows? Trades could happen between the moment that this is recorded and the moment that this goes out. Also, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit his third home run of the night.
He hit it earlier, but that's okay.
It was
That's
about-
right.
we were talking, so I waited to say it till now. So big time for him. Glad to see him finally coming out strong. So here's what we're gonna do today. So a couple weeks ago, we kind of said if we control the team, this is what we would do for the first round of the draft. What we're going to do now is we're going to approach this holistically, meaning the four of us are all going to look at each draft pick and say what we think they're going to do, what we think they should do. Not what we would want to do, but what we think they should do and what we think they will. So let's start with the Jacksonville Jaguars. I expect them to take Trevor Lawrence, and I think they should.
Yep.
I think that's the consensus.
Yeah.
I wish they would do Justin Fields. That would be so funny. But
Kyle Pitts, number one.
So I was actually listening to a podcast today about all kinds of betting that you can do. And like, if you bet Justin Fields to be drafted by the Jags, it's like 1 to 200. So you can make a lot of money on it if they did, but I don't think it's going to happen. But yeah, I think that's the right
A lot of people
call.
are going to lose a lot of money.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Also, if you guys see any big, huge, bold predictions, I'd love to do a high heat segment, first one of the year. So if you have any bold predictions, let me know.
I have one for this show.
Perfect. New York Jets. What do you expect from them, Mitch?
Zach Wilson.
You think so?
Yep.
I think it's pretty obvious. It seems like they've shown their hand. They need a quarterback, and I think.
I mean,
that
they're
they
taking a
believe-
quarterback for sure.
Oh yeah, I don't know whether or not Zach Wilson or Justin Fields is better. I think Justin Fields is better now. Zach Wilson has higher potential, kind of thing. So I think that's probably why they're shooting for the stars there. What do you guys think?
I mean, here's the fear with all these quarterbacks going high. How many times have we seen like what there's like four quarterbacks going in the top 10? At least one of them is going to be a bust.
Mitch
Like-
Trubisky.
So Mitch Trubisky, you can go Josh Rosen. I mean, at least one of these guys is going to end up a bust, and they're all
Oh, yeah.
like, oh yeah,
There could be more than one.
exactly.
I mean, you could consider
Exactly.
Carson Wentz a bust if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, you think Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston. I mean, Winston had a decent season, but they were not very good as
Neither of them are
quarterbacks.
starting quarterbacks right now.
I think we
Yeah.
can already consider Mac Jones a bust. So
I don't know.
I don't know
about
why
that.
you hate Mac
You
Jones.
really hate Mac Jones.
He's
I think-
very good.
It's
I
just
mean-
because his brother's name is Mac. He's like, he sucks.
he had a season just equivalent to Joe Burrow, honestly. But the problem is he's just not as mobile as Burrow, so people
Well,
aren't as high on him.
And I think that people really hurt him because he's always throwing to wide receivers or open wide receivers. It's
And
not
so
his
was-
fault. His receivers are always open.
Yeah, and Burrow played with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson showed he's much better than where he was drafted at.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Would I take him number one? No, but I think he's a solid young guy, and I would take him over Jimmy G all day. It's just whether your preference of the NFL is moving towards mobile quarterbacks, not statues back there. And I think he is more of a statue than any quarterback we've seen in a long time.
But I mean, it's not what you see out of young quarterbacks today, but it's still something that's been proven to be successful. If you can be accurate, read the pre-snap, you can be a great quarterback. I mean, just look at Tom Brady. I don't know. I think if I was drafting early on, I'd want a guy who could do more than Mac Jones. But let's go into the San Francisco 49ers. Mitch, what do you want to see? What do you think we'll do?
I want it to be Justin Fields. Everything I'm seeing, the big thing I saw about the 49ers did not have to trade up to 3 to get Mac Jones.
Probably not.
So that's why I don't think they're getting Mac Jones. I think they could have gotten a 4, a 5, a 6, and could have gotten Mac Jones. So I want it to be Justin Fields. I think it'll be Fields or Trey Lance. Although most of what I see online is it's between Lance and Jones.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. The 49ers could do anything with those 3 guys, and I would not be shocked.
Here's the thing. They might all be dead tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So why do I keep seeing this? What's going on?
Because somebody asked Kyle Shanahan about if Jimmy G was going to be on the roster on Sunday, and Kyle Shanahan was like, well, I can't guarantee that anyone's going to be alive on Sunday.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. So he was just like, I don't know the future, basically. And so everyone's like, well, they might be dead.
He's going to basically cut the brake line in Jimmy G's car.
That sounds like something that I would say. Like, people always ask me, see you tomorrow. I said, well, unless I get abducted by aliens. It's something I say all the time. It's so stupid, man.
Yeah. It sounds like kind of like a childish response to ask the same exact question.
It's like something one of my students would say, like, I'll see you tomorrow. No, you won't. It's tomorrow, Saturday. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. It's
in that same vein. So I'm not going to stop being a Niners fan if they take Mac Jones, but I just think it's a waste of a trade it up to the number 3 if you take Mac Jones.
I think they'll take Mac Jones. I would take Justin Fields, but I think they'll take Mac Jones.
We'll find out on Thursday.
We will find out. We will.
It'll be an exciting 3rd pick, and then after that, it's going to be kind of like, unless somebody trades picks.
Things really get shaky. Now, we kind of have to adjust this a little bit, but we're 2 weeks later now, James. What do you expect the Falcons to do? What do you want them to do?
Before we get there, I didn't say what I didn't say about the 49ers.
Sure.
I think they take Mac Jones. I think they should take Mac Jones. And the reason why I say that
is because he played in the SEC and you watched him all the time.
No. It's because they have Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. They have these guys that are going to get open. And he is the most accurate passer in this draft.
That is very true.
And I think he fits.
To his credit, he will be behind one of the best offensive lines in football.
Yeah.
And a good defense.
Have options to throw to. Like,
I saw something that
he's not going to turn the ball over.
That is a recipe for success. Great offensive line.
Honestly, so I'm not a huge Mac Jones fan, but whoever they take at 3, I saw this thing that was like, you don't get a rookie stud quarterback coming into a top defense, top offensive line, and tons of weapons. That just doesn't happen a lot.
They were not bad last year because they were bad. They were bad because they were so injured.
Yeah. I mean, you had Nick Bosa and Thomas tear their ACL in the same week, basically, in New York. That's a huge part of their defense. So,
and then Kittle was injured for
most of the season, broken foot.
Yeah.
And Deebo and
Ayuk were in and out.
So
Mostert was in and out.
So whoever they get, I think the 49ers are looking at a potential really good year. Again, you can't ever guarantee health or life, I guess.
Do you think there's a quarterback that goes in and starts right away? Or do you think that there's a quarterback that they get and sits behind Jimmy G for a year?
I hope whoever they get, they're starting after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Personally, I just don't see I don't see how you're going to say Jimmy G's better than the guy we traded our next 2 years of 1st round picks for.
It's just, sometimes it just helps to not throw a guy in the fire right away. Like, it helps for their career.
Unless his name's Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Then you can do that.
Except they didn't plan on it. It just happened.
I don't get planned. I get thrown to the fire most of the time.
The doctor's sitting there watching Justin Herbert throw all these bombs. And was it Teddy Bridge? No, it wasn't Teddy Bridgewater. It was
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor is like throwing dinks and dunk. He's like, if I just stab this guy in the lung, this Herbert guy's gonna go right in. So he's like,
yeah, I'm betting $100 Herbert starts.
All right.
For legal reasons, that's a
Moving
joke.
on to pick number 4, where the draft really gets started and things could go any number of ways. Atlanta Falcons. What do they do? What do you want them to do, James?
I think what they will end up doing is they're going to draft Kyle Pitts.
Mhm.
What I hope they do is trade this pick away and move back in the draft and get some improvement on defense.
Get a lot of. You could get a lot of picks for that 4 pick.
I would
You could
love-
get a later first and a second and a third probably.
I would love
Depending
for
on how
that
far
pick
back.
to be traded as well, because I think it would just be a lot more fun.
I know you're a big fan of the tight end they have already. I mean, Pitts is obviously a clear upgrade over him. But I do think the Falcons have more than one need that they need to address, and I would agree. I think they need to trade back.
Who's their tight end?
Hayden
The
Hurst.
redhead kid, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, Wes, what are you gonna say?
I guess it depends. I guess that depends on how high the Falcons are on Pitts. Is he worth that 4th pick?
We are.
Um,
Sorry, go ahead, Wes.
No, I was done.
We are like pretty set that the first 3 picks are going to be quarterbacks. Like there's
I
no
don't
doubt
see
about that.
any way it's not.
Okay.
Unless
3 of
the
those
Jets somehow traded away, which is not going to happen. But
Has that ever happened? Quarterback.
Considering they have no quarterback, I don't think it's gonna happen.
Has that draft ever started 3 QBs? 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, what were the 3 QBs?
I don't know. I'll
Can
find
tell you.
it. I'll research. Host for a second, James.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll go. Bengals at 5. It's really between 2 picks. If Pitts goes at 4, I guess if Pitts falls to 5, it'd be between 3. But I think a lot of people are going to want Chase and Pitts here if they at 5. But I think the smart play is what we would agree to protect their gem, their diamond, Burrow, so he doesn't chip and die. So I think Penei Sewell, your left tackle, they plug him in left tackle, just throw Jonah Williams over to right tackle, kind of secure that offensive line, and just go from there. So.
They could very well go Jamar Chase or a receiver here.
They need to go.
They need to go offensive line.
I mean, the only thing is the counter argument to that is Jamar Chase could be, game changing receiver, and you don't get game changing receivers very often.
And you're right, but they have good young receivers right now, and good young receivers don't win Super Bowls. Amazing quarterbacks do.
But great receivers are immensely helpful to young quarterbacks.
They are. But you know what else is? Being able to play the game because you're not dead. And that's what they need is a lineman that can protect Joe Burrow from not being dead. Because he can throw the ball accurately to T. Higgins and what's that guy's name?
Josh Boyd.
Tyler Boyd. Okay. He can throw the ball to them. They'll get open enough. And there's other guys. Mixon can run the ball if they have a good O-line. Mixon can barely run the ball because he's getting tackled before he gets to the line of scrimmage. And if they can just get a good O-line, that team can function. And right now they cannot function.
And I think this is one of the deeper wide receiver drafts. So they can probably get a very good receiver in 2, 3, 4.
They'll have the second round, 5th pick in the second round. You can get a good receiver there. And that's what they should do.
I saw this meme or whatever about who they should draft, and it was just a picture of Joe Burrow sitting on like his chair, and you could just like zoomed in on his knee scars from his surgery, and it was like they need to draft an O-line.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Okay, I looked up how many times were 3 quarterbacks drafted the first 3 picks. It's happened twice. 1971, the Patriots selected Jim Plunkett with the number 1 overall pick.
Oh, nice.
Archie Manning was drafted by the Saints over number 2.
Bless him.
And Dan Pastorini was drafted by the Houston Oilers with the number 3. In 1999, Tim Couch was drafted by the Cleveland Browns the same year Tom Brady was drafted.
Ouch.
He was a bust. Donovan McNabb was drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles, and Aliki Smith was drafted by Cincinnati Bengals. So,
all right, so we could pretty much guarantee we won't hear any of these 3 names in 20 years.
Well,
Donovan McNabb.
2 of these guys are going to be bust.
Archie Manning and
Archie was good. Archie was really good. So was Dan Pastorini was solid.
Yeah,
he wasn't Archie Manning.
Jim Plunkett wasn't awful. His first 5 years,
Plunkett was pretty good.
First 5 years, he was awful, but he came around and ended up being okay.
Yeah, no, he had some good years with the Raiders.
He sucked for the first 12 years of his career, but he finished
the last one. He got 9 wins. All right, moving on. Pick number 6. We have to pick this up a little bit, fellas. So pick number 6, we have the Miami Dolphins. I think you go Devontae Smith, man.
I think you go Jamar Chase.
If he's on the board, Chase, yeah.
I like Devontae Smith more. You already have Devontae Parker, could be a good deep one, and I think Devontae Smith is huge. We haven't had a position player win the Heisman in 15 years, a receiver.
That's because Jamar Chase didn't play.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Devontae Smith is better.
Are you on crack?
You can laugh at my face. I think that he is literally one of the most shifty receivers we've ever seen. His arms are so long. He's so fast. He's just small. If he was not small, everyone would have him over Jamar Chase. I will bet you. What can we bet? Let's put
But
it
he
down.
is smaller.
I bet Devontae Smith has a better
water
career
bet.
than Jamar Chase.
Oh,
I mean,
geez. What you gonna come
Devontae
back to that in
Smith is-
15 years?
15
Devontae
years from
Smith's
now,
he's a number 2 receiver on the board for me. So it's not like
He could all
it's
be
like,
dead in 15 years.
He's awful. No, he's a great receiver.
I mean,
I think-
I'm kind of showing my hand in our dynasty drafts here, but I love Devontae Smith. I think he's great. So if you want to trade back for me to get Jamar Chase, you can very well.
Yeah. So I mean, that's Jake's pick at 6. Maybe the Dolphins do.
Well, wait,
want
so
to
you would go Chase, James?
Yeah, with no doubt in my mind, I would go Jamar Chase.
Okay, sure.
I would
I think
just love
if-
for them to
if
get a wide
Chase-
receiver.
If Chase slips to 7, the Lions will be jumping for joy. I think.
Yeah, I don't think that you
He's
could
a-
go.
He's built just like Kenny Galladay, though. I mean,
Yeah.
a little shorter, but Jack
And
just
that's-
like
cheaper.
that's the
cheaper
reason-
getting Kenny Galladay.
That's the reason
Fantastic.
I say Smith is because you have Devontae Parker as a deep threat. I don't think that you need another deep threat as much as you could use someone like Devontae. And Devontae Smith, don't get me wrong, can be a deep threat too. I just like him more. So that's me.
I think Chase can do it
But
all
they're
as
taking
well.
they're taking a wide receiver. You guys feeling that? That's what's
Yeah,
happening.
I think you would have.
I
to.
think so.
mean, they can't.
Unless they trade.
Things change. They could go.
They could-
defense
they
here,
could
too.
very well.
I have heard rumors that they're trying to trade with Atlanta to get Kyle Pitts.
I wouldn't be shocked if they even traded back a little bit to get more
I would
picks.
love if they got Kyle Pitts. I think that would be
Big time.
fantastic.
Mike Gesicki's not awful though.
Gesicki's pretty good,
Mhm.
but Kyle Pitts is a freak, man.
But having 2 tight ends is still awesome. I mean, just think of the Gronk, Aaron Hernandez days. It can be great for your team.
Rip.
Let's keep it going.
Okay, Detroit Lions.
Now this one's interesting to me because I think they're gonna go wide receiver, but they could go quarterback. I think they're going Jalen Waddle. I think they are.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if they went Waddle. They don't have Galladay anymore.
Well, they're completely different receivers.
I
Not
know,
even
but
close to the
I'm just
same.
saying they need receivers. They don't
They
have
do.
anybody.
Right now, Tyrell Williams is their number 1.
They
So,
don't have Galladay or Marvin Jones.
Nope.
Where did Marvin Jones go again?
It's out west somewhere. Did he go to?
Nope.
Where'd he
Are you
go?
Sure. Where'd he go, James?
Nope. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I
I'm
don't think
pretty sure he went out west.
maybe.
I think is he with the Raiders?
I'll find out.
I got it right now.
Raiders sounds right. Could be. I don't know.
Jaguars. What?
Yeah, that's out west. If you keep going,
I told you it wasn't out
Hey,
west.
if you
You'll
keep
get
going
there
west,
eventually.
you eventually get to Jacksonville. Okay. It's the far west.
oh, so he's gonna be receiving the ball from Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Thank God I have him on my dynasty team. Good thing he's 37.
I think
He's
you
not
got
that old.
7 players on your team.
That's so true. All right, I think they should go offensive line here. Personally,
I think I think
If-
they
if
need to go
Penei Sewell-
defense.
if Sewell's still there, I would think they should get him, and it's possible that he is.
I'll be honest, I don't really know what's going on in this draft outside the first 6 picks.
That's fine. I don't know.
They don't have very good corners anymore. They lost Slay last year.
Mhm.
I mean, and then it showed how important Slay was to them. What, Wes? Go ahead.
Do you think they drafted a corner at 3 last season. You think they go back
I
to back
didn't-
corners in top
I
10?
didn't mean corner specifically, but just defensive help.
Yeah, they need a lot of help. They're not going to be a contending team this year. So I
This
mean,
could be
it's
a-
got to be a long-term rebuild.
Are they
This could be
gonna?
a big trade back spot too?
I was just
If
gonna
you don't like a
say,
defensive player this high, they could trade back, maybe get someone, maybe the Dolphins. I know the Dolphins.
I
have
would
2.
not be shocked to see that at all.
Trade back somebody trying to get a wide receiver.
Why would they trade up for
or
Pitts when they
quarterback
have Hawkins?
if Fields falls.
Who
Well,
said
or
Pitts?
You got Lance and Mac Jones or Fields.
I have heard
Two
they
of
might-
those 3.
They could get Lance if I know they just got
Jared Goff.
whatever golf, but I mean no one's really settled on golf anywhere. So
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they took a QB. I hope they don't, because I think if they don't, I think a good QB like Trey Lance might fall to the Patriots, but we'll see. All right, Carolina Panthers. What do they do? You got to go defense, right?
Yeah.
yes,
No
no
doubt.
doubt.
No doubt.
So I mean, they could take any number of guys here.
I see that they're projected to take Patrick Surtain. So
Yes. I would take Surtain, but there's a few corners they could go with. But I would go Surtain.
That would break my heart
Yeah, I know you want him, don't you, Wesley?
very much.
Don't worry, they'll get Kyle Pitts, Wes.
Ugh.
All right, Denver Broncos. So
They
If-
could use a quarterback.
if Trey Lance is available, I think they should take him. Assuming that Justin Fields and Mac Jones are already gone. But I would hope that they take Mac Jones instead of Trey Lance. But
They just
I
need
think-
somebody that's.
I think
not
that they
Drew
should
Lock.
take Trey Lance. If Justin Fields and Mac Jones are gone, they should take Trey Lance.
Who's the other guy that was quarterback there last year for a couple weeks?
Brock Osweiler was a few years ago,
Someone else. No, last year.
Trevor Simeon?
Wasn't Drew Lock out for a little while?
possibly. I don't know.
They had a receiver.
yeah, they had a
start one game.
receiver that had to play.
Oh
that.
yeah, forgot about that.
He was like a
guy.
practice squad receiver. He threw the ball like 3 times. It was so
Bless
bad.
him.
Poor
They
guy.
they need to take a quarterback.
Yeah,
Was
they
it
really.
Brett Rippon.
No, Brett Rippon was the backup for the Packers a few years ago.
I can't remember who it was, but it was
But
somebody.
remember, their whole quarterback room had to sit out because they broke COVID protocol.
Oh,
Yeah,
And they
I
couldn't-
watched that game too. I felt so bad for him.
for whatever reason they couldn't postpone the game like a day because the
That's
NFL
so
was like,
stupid. It's
Unless
so
you're the
stupid.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
But who's not my business. All right, moving
All
on.
right. Moving on. Number 10, Dallas Cowboys. What do you think they'll do? What do you want them to do?
somebody to practice.
I'll go after West, but I got some juicy
Go ahead,
stuff
Wes.
here.
I mean, I would love Patrick Surtain here. If he's not there, I could see them going J.C. Horn.
Yeah, I think either one of them. Is a solid
I
option.
mean, the thing with Horn is he's kind of had some injury issues in college, so it's questionable because we've had some corners who have injury issues that we've let go. So getting another injury prone corner is tough to swallow. But I think either they go him or maybe trade back to the late teens, get some more picks, and take an edge rusher or interior defensive lineman.
All right, hear me
What
out.
do you think they will do?
I mean, if Surtain's not there, I could see them going offensive lineman.
So
as well.
you don't think that all this news of Jerry Jones posting videos of him talking to Kyle Pitts are going to be a?
Well, yeah, if Jerry has his way, he will have Kyle Pitts.
So you don't think that he might
If-
trade up to get Kyle Pitts?
If Stephen Jones, Jerry's son, has any say in it, he will have them draft Patrick Surtain or a lineman.
I just would not be shocked at all if Jerry Jones is like, we're trading up, we're getting Kyle Pitts.
Okay, so this is what happened. Quick story, real quick. Whenever Johnny Manziel was coming out, Cowboys had the 16th pick in the draft. Jerry had filled in Johnny Manziel on the draft card to hand in. Steven took that card, crumbled it up, wrote in Zach Martin, gave him the card, and that's how it went. So we drafted Zach Martin against Jerry's wishes.
That turned out to be a good
We're
idea.
dead.
The
All right.
Cowboys do not need to draft a tight end because they have Blake Jarwin.
Agreed.
Let's just be
Don't
clear
tell
about
Jerry
that.
that.
All right, so this is what I think the Dallas Cowboys should do. And I think both teams would be kind of open to this. They need to trade with the New England Patriots and get Gilmore. I don't know why I could say.
Ooh.
Listen, and the first round pick. And I think they would do it because they're so
Heck yeah, we do it.
because Gilmore, I mean, this is what they were talking about on ESPN, and they were breaking down all the numbers. And this makes sense for both teams because he's going to leave next year. They're not going to pay him like he should be paid. And, the Cowboys will pay him like he should be paid. So now you get Gilmore and you get the 15th pick and you get another defensive player.
I don't see them paying that much to only move up 5 spots. And especially since there's no teams that need quarterbacks between the Broncos and the Patriots.
You don't know, but someone could trade up those spots. You never know.
I don't know. I just think after the Broncos, there's not a team that needs a QB. So I don't know why they would want to move up 5
Chicago
spots.
Bears.
The Raiders.
They're going to give up a first round and Jackson to move up 5 spots. I just
Gilmore?
don't see it happening.
Not Jackson.
Gilmore.
Or yeah.
It's
sorry.
a fight. Well, it was also a financial thing too, because like I said, I mean,
You're getting out of his contract.
I just think
Yeah.
once the Broncos have drafted a quarterback, the Patriots can either say, we can get a good player at 15 and we don't have to worry about a quarterback being taken in between. Because in between you have Eagles, Giants, Chargers, Vikings.
The Giants.
Giants aren't
Why-
going to. They're going to be with Daniel Jones at least 1 more year.
I'm just thinking that the Bears trade up ahead of them and take the quarterback.
so?
The last quarter, I do think so. I mean,
I hope so.
if it falls to that,
I
Okay.
hope so.
Well, I mean, I would see them trading with the Falcons more than I see them trading with the Cowboys.
What about
I hope so.
now?
All right, let's move on to the New York Giants. What do we think they're going to do?
Doesn't matter.
They got to draft defense, right?
somebody to let Saquon Barkley.
Offensive line? I don't know. I don't know what they actually need off the top of my head.
Offensive
ESPN
line.
has them getting Jalen Waddle.
I have this one saying Devontae Smith. Whoever's available, I guess.
I mean, outside of Darius Slayton and getting Kenny Galladay, they don't really have anybody. Because Golden Tate moved on.
Doesn't really matter.
I believe
though.
so.
Daniel Jones isn't like,
let's see.
and isn't Saquon Barkley like supposed to just be this most amazing pass catching back ever?
He is.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he is
he
still
can
on
stay
the
healthy for once. Yes.
Well, that's because there's no offensive line for
They
him to
did
Oh
get-
actually.
no, Golden Tate's a free agent right now.
They did go get Devontae Booker, who was on the Raiders last season, but
running
as
back,
running
backup
back,
running
but-
back. He's
yeah,
back.
I mean, they could definitely use some. I mean, give Daniel Jones a weapon, so maybe if he flames out, they can get a quarterback. next
Yeah,
year.
they could have you go wide receiver or defense.
I think offensive line would be better for them, but like, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Get
you
a
already
weapon,
have
you
so
get
many
a weapon.
weapons though, too. So I don't know. Eagles. What do you think about these?
Whatever receivers available, Devontae Smith. That's who I thought would go there the whole time. But
I mean, they need receivers so bad. It just depends on who's available. If Waddle, Chase, or Devontae Smith are available, I think they have to go one of those three. If not, I could see them going defense as well. But I would want to go with one of those receivers. I was them. I think that's probably what they'll end up doing too.
This is where I think this is why I think the Giants could definitely take Waddle if he's there, because after Waddle, there's still a good receiver draft, but there's definitely a drop off between those top three guys. So that's why I can see the Giants doing that, or the Eagles even trading up to like maybe 8 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Okay, what about the Chargers at 13?
offensive line.
Yeah, I agree. Offensive line. I think there's a lot of guys you go with. Rashawn Slater is available probably at the
I wouldn't.
spot.
I mean, their defense sucks too. So
Yeah, but when you got him out, Justin Herbert out there,
I mean,
and
I
they're
just
going
look
to
at
have guys come back this year too. They had a lot of guys injured last year.
I look at just like how they lost games last year, and it was not because there wasn't protection for Herbert. It was because their defense gave up, 4 touchdowns to the Broncos.
Yeah.
In the last 3 minutes, kind of stuff like that. But I think offensive line would be the smart decision. I don't think defensive would be the wrong.
And their defense was good 2 years ago. They just had a lot of guys get injured this year. I think that they go offensive line here.
I'm excited to follow the Chargers.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. What about the Minnesota Vikings this year?
offensive line.
Yeah, I mean, losing Riley Reef. I think it was Riley Reef.
Yeah.
They lost their left tackle. So left tackle is a big need. So I could see Rashawn Slater if he's there.
Side note,
Christian
Kirk
Darsaw,
Cousins
maybe.
is a highly underrated quarterback.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's been a great quarterback. He just cannot win primetime games or in the playoffs.
Who? I didn't hear you. So I was.
I just said
Cousins.
side note, Kirk Cousins is a highly underrated
Kirk
quarterback.
Cousins still has never beat a team that went on to win the Super Bowl. Not once. Not
Cool.
once.
Cool.
So the curse continues. If Kirk Cousins wins a game, you can guarantee that team does not win the Super Bowl. So, all right, next we have the Patriots. Now I'll go start with this one, of course. I think that I was listening to the Patriots podcast today, Patriots Unfiltered, and they said, what are the odds that they stay where they are, trade up, or stay back? I think the most likely thing to do is just stay at 15 and then hope that Fields or Lance falls to them. I think that there's actually a pretty good shot of that happening. I'm not as confident that the Bears trade up. I think the Bears probably stick with what they have this year. So with that being said, I think assuming that those 4 guys go, Trey Lance goes, and then let's see, Mac Jones goes to the 49ers like I'm expecting, Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence. I think Justin Fields or Trey Lance will be there depending on which one the Broncos take. And I think they can get him at 15, and I'm happy with either one of those guys. Or Mac Jones if he's the one that's left over. So I think they wait to see who falls to them of those 3 guys and then just take whichever one's left. So that's what I would do. And I hope they do.
And if they are all gone, who would you like them to take?
If they are all gone, I'd want to see us go. I'd want us to trade back and just get more picks. See if we can get someone else who wants the 15 or a receiver. I would see which top receivers left. If one of those top 3 receivers is there, awesome. If not, I also like a lot of the other receivers that are behind them. Kwity Paye would be huge. I really like Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss. I just think that you could probably get some of these receivers later on too. So I don't want to reach too early for it. Rashad Bateman would be awesome. Terrace Marshall would be good. I just think there's receivers, but I don't know if I'd want to draft them that early. So I'd like to see us trade back to later in the first round, maybe grab a receiver back there and get a second round pick or something like that.
Cool.
That's what I'd like to see. But I think they wait and just take one of those. I don't see 5 quarterbacks going before the Patriots. So I think there'll be 4. What do you guys think?
I think all 5 will be gone before pick 15.
You think so? So you think someone will trade ahead of the Patriots then, huh?
Yep.
I think the Patriots will trade up if they want a quarterback.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna wait and be
They're
like,
hard.
hope something happens.
I do. I think they'll wait.
I mean, they could also wait and get like Kyle Trask because Kyle Trask would probably fit in that system as well.
We'll see. I'm not as gung ho on Kyle Trask, but we'll just have to see what happens.
They could pull a Patriot way and wait till the second round. Like they've done in the past. Like
Yeah,
Jimmy
but
G, Jacob,
The
Kobe Brissett.
thing is, when they did that, they had Tom Brady. They didn't need a new quarterback to come in, and I just think that
They just
now you
gave
need a
Cam Newton
stud.
$12 million.
If he plays all the games, he gets no money if he doesn't play the games. So, it's
Side
not
note, that's
$1
Katie's favorite
guaranteed.
quarterback.
Cam Newton,
Yeah, no,
nice.
no,
Bless her. Pray
not
for her.
really. She hates
She
him.
hate him. Oh, she hates him. All right, Arizona Cardinals defense, right?
Probably. Yeah.
They got to. They got Jimmy,
Or-
JJ Watt.
Well, okay. I think they go defense, but hear me out. If they went Travis Etienne here,
It's too early to
no,
draft the running back at 16. I would
here's
rather
my
see
thing.
them trade back and get him.
Let me
in the
tell you,
first.
If you love him, you take him.
and I guarantee you by 24, 2 running backs will be off the board.
You think by 24 there'll be 2,
I do.
considering CEH went 32 last year.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's a hot take.
And that's not even my hot take. Well, my hot take is gone because we've already talked about it.
What was it?
I think the Cowboys trade up and get Kyle Pitts.
Oh, okay. High Heat presented by James Martin.
That also was said by Wes like 2 episodes ago.
It is.
It's cool.
I don't know if that's super hot take. It's very highly discussed by a lot of people.
But I mean, how stupid is that? I mean, that's
Oh, it's Jerry
Stupid.
Jones-esque. I don't know. Kyle Pitts looks like he could be the next Travis Kelce. We'll see.
The next George Kittle.
I'd rather. So
All right.
half of this.
Or the next Eric Ebron.
moving on.
We'll see.
The next Jimmy Graham.
All right. So Cardinals probably go defense. ETN, I don't know. We'll see. Micah Parsons. Oh, whoops. I mean, Las Vegas Raiders. I have.
I think they're taking Parsons.
I think you got to go defense. You could go offensive line if there's someone that you really like there. You got to go defensive.
Running
player.
back Raiders.
For real. I mean, I just feel like if you're gonna have Josh Jacobs and Kenyon Drake being paid a lot of money, you need to have their offensive line to help them get out there. And with who they traded away and kind of who they re-signed, I don't think they have a great O line. I'd like to see them draft somebody. So
I was very much in on Josh Jacobs last year, and I'm very much not in
Oh,
on Josh Jacobs.
we know.
yeah, he burns you, Mitchell. How many leagues you drafted him in? 70%, you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
He was pretty much worthless outside of week 1.
He ended as like the running back 5, Mitch.
8.
Yeah, same thing.
Hey, that's top 10. That's very good.
Yeah, I know. He lost me more games than he won me.
Yeah,
which is
it's just
crazy.
consistency was not there.
I mean,
All right,
I-
anything you guys want to say about the Raiders?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Raiders, they do need to get some more weapons. I mean, not that Nelson Aguilar is a game changer, but he was their best receiver last year.
Yeah.
Henry
And they
Ruggs,
lost.
Darren Waller.
Well, yeah, I mean, like as an actual receiver, Darren Waller's more of a tight end.
Henry Ruggs just needs
but-
to not have bricks for him.
Yeah, but Ruggs did not play well. Yeah, he could have a big sophomore year, but
Ruggs will be a
name,
big.
name another receiver on their team.
Isn't there a Williams?
Hunter
there?
Renfro.
No,
Yeah.
Tyrell
Renfro.
Williams got cut.
Hunter
Renfro's
Renfro.
on there. Yes.
He's a third
Welcome.
year. He's coming
Anyone
into his
else?
junior year.
I think that's it.
Crickets. Yeah.
Not familiar
this-
with that guy.
Who's this Crickets fellow? All right, moving on to
Got a
Miami
7
Dolphins.
myths.
The Dolphins have 18. They have second pick in the first round for them. Who do they go with? Assuming you guys think they drafted a receiver, what do they go with in their 18th pick?
I think they go interior offensive lineman. They just traded Eric Flowers to the Washington football team, who was their starting left
They need
guard
to
last
change
year,
their
I
name.
believe. So I think they go interior offensive lineman.
Vera Tucker probably if he's there.
If he's there, yes. I could maybe they wait till the second round, but I could also see defense.
Are
You
they
never
going
know.
to trade away this pick?
I don't think so. They traded for it. Or no, this was their original pick, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think
So
that they
hard to
use this
tell.
pick for defense too. It could be any number of guys. I wouldn't be shocked to see Kwity Paye go here, maybe a little earlier than people are thinking. Azeez Ojulari could go, linebacker from Georgia. So there's a lot of guys that could go with here. I think that defense is probably their strongest need after they fill in a receiver there. So I would go defense.
All right.
Washington football team. Defense, probably. I mean, they don't need any weapons on offense. They're
I
stacked
think-
offense all of a sudden.
I think they're a pretty good team all around. Like,
Yeah, dude. Like they're my favorite to win the division next year.
Who's their
Sorry, Wes.
quarterback right now?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
money man.
He got Ryan Fitzpatrick throwing to Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Antonio Gibson, missing that tight end who's Logan Thomas, who crushed it for fantasy for me last year. And there's some other receiver they have now too. Who am I forgetting? Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin.
And you already said Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel, Terry McLaurin.
Who were they throwing to?
They've got a bunch there. This would be great for Toby. I think this is gonna be a good year. Their defense was stacked, so I think they go linebacker.
I think they go offensive line. Actually,
I would not be shocked if they went offensive line.
I was gonna say their defense was really good last year, so I don't know that that's. Yeah, offensive line would make
their
them
defense
I
was
wouldn't be
great
surprised-
by their D line. The rest of their defense was not amazing.
I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know what their pick situation is, but this is a team that I could see it trading back or trading into the late first round to get a QB if they really like someone like a Davis Mills or even I'm not a big fan of Kellen.
What, you mean like the 32nd pick or something? Or 31st pick?
Yeah. I could see it. I mean, they have Fitzpatrick there. If they like someone, this is a prime team I think to trade into that 32nd spot.
Try to develop someone behind Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. Okay. I'm not totally opposed to that idea.
Now,
All right.
I wouldn't do it. I'm not a huge fan of Mills or Mond, but
So Bears, I agree that they need to go get a quarterback. And if I were them, that's probably what I would do. I don't think they're going to, though. I think they're going to take probably
an offensive line.
Yeah. So
if they don't get a quarterback, they need to grab an offensive line.
So I've seen a
my
mock draft that I like this pick actually. Now that Anthony Miller's not there anymore, someone predicts him to get Kadarius Toney here,
yeah, I could see that happening.
and I'm telling he's just a better version of Anthony Miller. So
They could get Kadarius Toney. They could get Rashawn Bateman here. They could get Terrace Marshall, I think is his name. There's a few good receivers I would not be shocked to see go here. So I would probably go offensive line, but I would actually try to trade up, like you said, James, get a quarterback because I think that that's their biggest need.
Andy Dalton's not going to carry him through.
No. But yeah, I agree. Colts, what do they do?
I mean, build up their defense, I guess.
Yeah, they could. There's another team I could see taking Kwity Paye or a linebacker or a defensive rusher. Would not be surprised at all. Any other comments? Okay, Tennessee Titans.
Defense, offensive line, maybe.
I mean, maybe get a. I mean, I don't know. Do you know, James, how happy they are with Darrington Evans or anything like that? I mean,
They're not going to draft a running back there though.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Henry's the guy, but I mean, maybe not first round. Right? So
yeah, maybe later.
But,
Let's see, like one of those later.
Definitely not first round, but yeah. I mean,
what about
they lost
receiver?
Corey Davis. This might be another
That's what I'm
receiver.
thinking. Elijah Moore, maybe.
Draft.
I see a couple that say cornerback, a couple that say Elijah Moore. Actually,
I mean, I would think they need some outside help. Although AJ Brown's there, but Corey Davis was. I thought he was more outside. So.
Outside of AJ Brown and Derrick Henry, they don't have a lot of weapons there. Especially, I mean, Jonnu Smith now is also with the Patriots. So
Derrick Henry's.
I think they could use some pass catching weapons. I mean, if you can blanket AJ Brown, double team him, and then have the rest of defense focus on Derrick Henry, what else the Colts or the Titans have to go? So I don't know. I think receiver is a good choice.
And Hill's becoming a Russian quarterback.
I hope so. He's actually a pretty good running quarterback.
Yeah, he's not too slow. Not too slow.
Another
Adam Humphries is still there,
underrated
right? No, he's gone too.
Who you said Tannehill?
I think he's underrated.
Yeah, in college, his freshman year, he actually
They
played
lost
receiver.
Smith, Davis, and Adam Humphries. I almost think they have to go receiver here.
I think they do too.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
I think they lost to Dory Jackson too, so corner could be a pick here too.
And we don't have Malcolm Butler anymore.
Do the Jets have 23 or do the Seahawks have 23?
The Jets.
Okay, Jets.
I think this was a trade for safety. What's his name?
Jamal Adams.
Jamal
Jamal
Adams.
Adams. I think this is still picks from that trade.
Seen one, you seen Jamal. All right, moving onward. So what do they do here? Jets need so much, man. I don't even
Offensive
line, right?
No, this is where I think they go running back.
You think they go ETN here or Harris?
I do.
Yeah, I would not be at all shocked if that happened.
Who's their
But could they not have one of the first picks in the second round?
Who's their
They have like the second pick in the first round or second pick in the second round. I wouldn't be surprised to see them wait until then to get a running back.
I think it depends on how much they love. How much do you like Najee Harris. Do you like him that much more than that guy from North Carolina? I forget his name.
Javonte Williams.
Javonte Williams.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if they love him, if they think that he's a game-changing back, now
I think
he
you're
would
right,
get
Wes.
a ton of touches.
If they think
he's a big dude.
Yeah, if they think Najee Harris is the next Derrick Henry, I could see him going here. If they see Najee Harris, Javonte Williams, and ETN as all kind of like all three of these guys could be good, I think they wait until the second round.
Yeah.
Get an offensive lineman so that you can actually use your running back.
And then you can get that running back with the 2.02. So I would not be shocked, but I would not be surprised.
You would not be shocked or surprised.
I wouldn't be shocked if they took him. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. That's how I look at the situation, Mitch. Thanks,
Jake's
Mitch,
not
for
gonna be very
always
excited
calling
that
me
night.
out, buddy. I can always count on you. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers take Najee Harris at 24.
Well, if he's there, yeah. I mean, they've already said they want him.
Yeah,
I did see today that the Steelers do like Kyle Trask.
What? I mean,
I
that's
saw it.
actually that's not stupid because
It's
this
another
is
team
probably Ben's last year.
100%.
And I don't expect the Steelers to have a super high draft pick next year. So if you don't have a super high draft pick and your quarterback retires, you're kind of screwed.
Unless they're super high on Dwayne Haskins.
Oh,
which
I'll say they've got Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, I hope they're not that dumb.
They're gonna teach him how to behave off the field.
Yeah. I mean, if they don't get a high draft
how to be a
pick
quarterback.
and they don't, and Roethlisberger retires, they'll have to trade for somebody next year. So, or just tank for whoever. That's the thing. Next year's
Hope
quarterback
there's no
draft
quarterback
class isn't
named
fantastic.
Trubisky.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
Tank for Rattler.
Joe Milton, James.
Yeah.
All right.
He's not even going to be our starter.
I think they should go Najee Harris if he's available. If not, I wouldn't be surprised if they took ETN. They need a running back. James Conner. Well, did Conner leave?
Yeah, he's in Arizona.
Yeah,
Arizona.
Arizona. That's right.
Behind Edmonds. Or I don't know if he's behind Edmonds.
Jags got to protect Trevor Lawrence. You don't want the same thing to happen to Trevor Lawrence as what happened to
Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Thank you.
And they're pretty happy with their left tackle, but you plug in another first round interior lineman.
Yeah, I would do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they went defense. They need defense big time as well.
They
I
need
think
everything.
You could go either way there. I think that once you get this late in the draft, it's so hard to predict some of these teams because they need so much.
They are not going running back.
I don't think that they can make a wrong move.
They
You
got sorry.
Go ahead, James.
I just think that I cannot believe just how lucky they got with Robinson.
Yeah. So you don't think that they're thinking that maybe Robinson was a one-hit wonder?
I mean, he very well could be, but you don't. But I think
Could be
you
dead
roll
tomorrow.
with him until he proves otherwise.
He could be dead tomorrow, Mitch. Yeah, I agree. Run him into the ground until he proves. You're not paying him anything. The guy has like $0 to his name as an undrafted free agent that you just
Yeah,
went.
the guy was undrafted. He's just happy to be in the NFL.
Yeah, you're like, hey, you want to play until you die? You got one more year left. We're gonna run you 250 more times.
You know what they say about opportunity.
Yep. Cleveland Browns at 26.
Sometimes availability is ability.
Availability is your best attribute.
What do the Browns do at 26? This is crazy that the Browns have a pick so late in the draft. I mean, how? Look at this. Look at
Browns
us.
have a fantastic team.
They
Let's
do.
see. How can they screw this up?
Only they
Quarterback,
had a good quarterback.
Baker Mayfield's a great quarterback.
Sam Ellinger. at
Baker
26.
Mayfield is a decent quarterback on a great team that if he was great, they'd be winning Super Bowls. If they had a great quarterback, they'd be winning Super Bowls.
Baker
Facts.
Mayfield makes the best commercials. So in my opinion,
Also fact.
That is true.
Or Peyton Manning. I don't know. Both of theirs are great.
Anywho, I think they go defensive end, linebacker, one of those two, something to pair. with.
Jalen Phillips, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. Whoever's available. I mean, there's going to be good people available at this point.
They
Yeah.
did just pick up Clowney. Not that really matters because he never plays.
Yeah, he was awful in Tennessee when he
Yeah,
played.
he was. And yeah, so
If Clowney wasn't the number one overall draft pick, people would not think he's so bad.
I mean, how many sacks did he have last year, James?
And more than
Probably
me.
none. Goose egg.
He had the same amount as everyone on this podcast.
Nice.
actually I did sack somebody last year.
Nice.
Oh.
Sack tap.
Powder puff. Yeah.
Mitch is playing powder puff.
No, I'm just kidding.
Going
That's something
down.
Mitch would totally do. He like stands over.
No, not quite like that.
Anywho, moving on.
Baltimore Ravens, 27.
I think they go wide receiver, probably
I think they go wide receiver. if
I'd
they
want to
can.
go wide receiver depending on who's available. I think they need one. I mean, you can't. But the thing is, will they ever pass to him? I don't know.
Maybe they don't pass because they have two guys and that's it.
Yeah, I would if I got drafted by the Ravens and I was wide receiver, I'd be like, well, there goes my career.
Well, Dobbins will open it up too. That will help a lot.
Yeah.
They did just trade Orlando Brown, their star right tackle, to the Chiefs. So
The guy
right
from
tackle.
Pirates of
But they're
Caribbean?
supposed to sign Villanueva though.
The Navy guy.
That
Yes.
helps. Army.
Get it right.
Was he Army? I
Yeah.
thought he was
Military.
Navy.
Pretty sure he's Army.
One of the military.
He's like 6'7", 305.
I'm pretty confident his
That's an
hat
army
was-
dude, not Navy.
Or whatever. I should know. All right. New Orleans Saints at 28. This podcast getting mighty long. We still have trivia.
Yes.
All right, let's wrap this up. New Orleans Saints 28. Defense.
Defense.
Okay,
Defense.
thank you. Buffalo Bills. Whoops. The Green Bay Packers at 29. Receiver,
receiver.
hopefully. Rashad Bateman, maybe.
Hopefully receiver. Probably not going to be receiver.
Probably get another quarterback.
Yeah.
Kyle Trask. All right. Buffalo Bills at 30.
Running back.
I would like them to get a running back. They
They
need
probably
one.
they probably go defense.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Probably go
Defense, I think,
defense.
is probably a good pick. I think you can work with Zach Moss and Devin Singletary just fine.
Ravens have another pick at 31 because of that big trade from Kansas City that they didn't have last time we did this. So I could see them maybe this is where they take a receiver. Whatever they do in the first one, if they did receiver in the first pick, they do defense here. If they did defense in the first pick, receiver here, right? I surely hope so.
I would go receiver first just because the Packers might take a receiver.
Yeah,
and
Mitch,
Mitch on that.
smart thinking. Smart thinking.
Smart.
Trade
Tampa
up
Bay
with the
Buccaneers.
Packers from your 31st pick.
What do the Bucks need at 32? You mentioned them
Line?
taking your running back, maybe?
I said
Have-
wide receiver last time.
They have all of their 22 starters back.
I mean, they
are
brought back
a
Leonard
backup player.
Fournette too. And they
I-
have already had Rojo.
I wouldn't be surprised. I have no idea what the Bucks are going to do. They just wherever they feel like they need depth is what I think they should do, because they're stacked
Whoever
at
they're
receiver.
drafting, they're not drafting to start.
No, there'll be I mean, very few rookies go into the league and start right away.
This is a prime spot for the football team trade into. Just saying.
Yeah, we'll see. And maybe the Bucks just don't take a pick here at all, and just get more picks later, or what, or future picks.
Do they look at getting a quarterback?
No, I don't think so. Brady still has this year and one more at least. So I don't
I could see
don't
it.
think so.
I could see it.
Like maybe
Blake
Kyle
Gabbert,
Trask.
your backup.
We're gonna draft a quarterback and we're gonna have the best quarterback of all time.
You don't
Not
draft
that
him here
quarterback.
because no one's going to draft him in the next. I don't think anyone drafts people right after this pick.
I mean, with the Bucks being so set, I mean, they're like the best team's always going to regress a little bit.
Yeah.
Everyone. Like, but
if the Bucks
they're
are drafting
also very
quarterback, it's not going to be in the first round. They'll get him whoever's left in the second round. I
Some
don't see
ding
him doing
dong
it
later
here.
on.
Yeah, I don't see it happening here.
I just think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have, the GOAT teach your next quarterback how to be
You're
a
not
quarterback.
wrong.
He
You're not
doesn't
wrong.
really teach. He kind of bosses them around.
That's.
Well, when
I
you
wouldn't say
have
that's true.
7
Jimmy
Super
Garoppolo
Bowls-
learned a whole lot from Tom Brady.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't learn anything.
so did
Okay.
Ryan Mallett. He learned so much.
Hey, Matt Castle,
Yeah, he sucked when he left.
Brian Hoyer.
Brian Hoyer's playing for
Jacoby
years.
Brissett.
Bo
Yeah.
Callahan.
All right. Who's got
Kevin
trivia today?
O'Donnell.
Who's got trivia?
Wesley.
Wesley. I hope
It's
it's
not me.
focused on the NFL draft.
It is
Perfect.
2020 NFL draft trivia.
Ooh, 2020 NFL draft trivia.
So-
I don't remember the 2020 draft.
It's not really like who got picked where. It's just kind of like some fun facts. Kind
All
of
right,
deal.
cool. I like it. I like it.
All
I
right.
know
So,
who the Niners
all
picked.
right. Question number 1. Which player hit 3 home runs in the 2011 Little League World Series? And they were all in the 2020 draft. Just so you know.
I will
Which
be
player?
taking multiple choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hit
wait. for
3
all the
home
choices.
runs in the 2011 Little League World Series.
I'll wait.
All right. The options are: is it A, Justin Herbert, B, Henry Ruggs, C, Jake Fromm, or D, Patrick Queen?
All right, I have my answer. What order are we going in?
I'm going from my screen. Jake, James, Mitch.
Okay. I'll go with Jake Fromm.
Jake Fromm.
Mitch.
Jake Fromm.
I know
The
he
answer
played
is
baseball.
Jake Fromm.
Yeah, I know he
Was a
played
pitcher-
baseball.
As soon as you said his name, I was like, yeah, that's it.
Was a former Georgia QB, was a pitcher representing the Southeast team. He also struck out 11 batters in the series, so he's kind of cool.
Nice. All right, 1-1-1.
All right. Question number 2. Who has the nickname the Canadian Bulldozer?
What? I'll wait for multiple choice.
I will be waiting for multiple choice.
I don't
Wow.
know.
The answer choices are A, Chase Claypool, B, Brian Lewerke, C. Adam
Lewerke.
Troutman, or D. Neville Gallimore?
I know it's not Lewerke.
I can give you all the positions that they play too. Claypool's a receiver, Lewerke's a QB,
Lewerke,
Troutman's a
Michigan
tight
State.
end, and Gallimore's a defensive tackle.
See, I know that they call Claypool Mapletron, but I think that's after he got to the NFL, so he could be called that. I'm gonna go with. Oh, I'm not first. I'm last. Sorry, I'll
James
wait.
is first.
James, Mitch, Jake.
Troutman.
Okay. Mitch.
Neville.
I was gonna say Troutman. I'm gonna stick with it.
The correct answer is Neville Gallimore.
Hey, nice job,
Let's
Mitchell.
go! The Oklahoma defensive tackle was born in Ottawa, Canada, and was given the name because of his ability to make big plays on the Sooners' defense.
2 to 1 to 1.
Neville's
Mitch
a
has the
Canadian
lead.
name.
Neville is Canadian.
But
Well,
you
all
do
those
realize
guys-
if you win, you have to come back next week, right?
Mitch is like, shoot.
I just
All
how we
right,
can start
question number
guessing.
3. 2-1-1.
Brandon Ayuk.
Correct. No.
No.
Which player did not almost have an MLB career?
So the rest did almost have an MLB career.
Yes.
Okay. Man, I think multiple choice is the only option here.
I'd be multiple choice.
All right. The options are: is it A. Anthony Gordon, B. Shea Patterson, C. Cole Kmet, or D. Joe Burrow? It's Mitch, Jake, James.
I'm gonna go with option B.
Shea Patterson. Okay. Jake.
The other two?
Anthony Gordon, Cole Kmet, and Joe Burrow.
Say
I'm
Joe
gonna change my
Burrow.
answer to Joe Burrow.
Okay. What was that, Mitch?
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna do Cole Kmet.
Okay.
Oh, he was
James?
definitely almost an
What's
MLB.
your answer, Mitch?
Joe Burrow.
Oh gosh. What was the sorry? Can you say the other
Jake
three? answers?
Patterson, Cole Kmet, Joe Burrow, and
Anthony Gordon.
Jacob
Anthony Gordon.
Go Gordon. I mean, I think it's Joe Burrow, but I'm gonna go Gordon just to be
The
different.
correct answer is Joe Burrow.
Oh, I should have done it. Dang it.
Shea
man.
Patterson played at Michigan for 2 seasons
I
and
know
was selected by the
Michigan did.
Rangers in the 39th round. Komet was offered a 6-figure contract by the White Sox in 2017, but decided to stick with his commitment to Notre Dame. And Gordon was drafted in the 36th round by the Mets.
I know Patterson did, and I was thinking, man, Joe Burrow makes sense. He's a quarterback, probably throws the ball.
well, I switched to Joe Burrow because I was like, this guy was like supposed to be the best quarterback in forever. So I
Yeah,
feel
but
like he probably played a lot of football mostly.
when
Tom
when I
Brady
real-
played baseball,
Scoreboard.
so
I was
Scoreboard,
thinking
Jake.
Joe Burrow because I was like, Burrow sat out for so long. He probably considered a lot of other things. I was like, well, then Mitch said Burrow. I was like, well, I'll back out. I won't say Burrow then. I should have just gone with it. All right, 3 to 1 to 1. Mitch has the lead.
Mitch with the commanding lead over here.
Retarded.
All right.
Or
Question number
dumb.
4. 2 questions
Brandon
left.
Ayuk.
Which running back loves applesauce so much that he puts it on his mac and cheese?
Could
who
you say that
among
again?
us? Not Amish.
Can you say that
That
again?
was the other movie I almost said. Here comes the boom.
Oh yeah.
Which running back loves applesauce so
Okay.
much that he puts it on his mac and cheese?
All right.
I'm gonna guess.
Anyone else? Hold on. Hold it, James. Anyone else going to guess?
No.
I have
Okay.
no blessed clue, but I'm gonna go AJ Dillon.
Okay. The answer choices are J.K. Dobbins, A.J. Dillon, Jonathan Taylor, and DeAndre Swift.
James, you got to start. Or Jake, you got to start.
I'll go with Swift.
Oh, I was gonna say Swift. Dobbins, Swift, Dillon, and Taylor.
Yeah.
I'll say Dobbins.
The correct answer is A.J. Dillon.
No way.
The former Boston College running back is pretty open about his love stuff and even coined a nickname for himself, the Sauce.
The sauce.
here
I like
on
how you
out because
looked
of
up
his
at the
love
camera.
for Mott's applesauce.
I almost.
Wow.
I
So
almost said
3
AJ
3
Dillon,
1. Man,
but I
I'm
just
just
wanted to
gonna
pick
lose
someone different.
again.
I just chose him because he's humongous, and that's why I chose him.
He's like, hey,
Yeah,
you
he's-
like, I got to
he's
eat
a big dude.
applesauce on your.
Yeah, I
mac
see
and
big
cheese.
dudes, and I'm like, you like applesauce with your mac and cheese?
My first thought from now on out is gonna be that.
All right. Last and the final question of the
With
day.
2 points, correct?
Jake says that every time.
Sure.
'Cause he's always in last.
You have a tiebreaker?
Yes, I do have a tiebreaker. Whose mother won an Olympic bronze medal?
Your mom.
She was close. She got a bronze.
You said bronze. You said
Oh.
Olympic bronze medal.
Oh, whoops! I gave away the answer. Then my mom is correct. Mitch wins. He comes back next week.
All right,
Okay.
give us the options, please.
The options are A. Jerry Judy, C. Noah Ingeborg Bugin Ignum
Oh, yeah,
Igbinogi.
Let it go. Let it go.
Igbiganogin. All right. Noah I. C. Mekhi Becton or D. Zach Bond.
It was probably Judy. Jerry's
Name
mom.
first.
What can you say? Forget the one long name. Can you say the other three names?
Jerry Judy, Noah I, Mekhi Becton, Zach Bond.
It's my pick.
All those names are weird.
Yeah, James, Mitch, Jake.
Becton.
Becton.
Noah.
Bitch, what?
The correct answer is Noah I.
Yes, tie game. I was like, he's from some crazy country. There's probably like 4 athletes in the whole country, and it's mom's one of them.
Actually, his mother, Faith, was a bronze medal in 1992 Summer Olympics with Nigeria's 400
Yeah.
meter relay team. His dad, Festus, competed in the triple jump at the 96 Summer Olympics too.
I'm gonna name my son Festus.
All right, the bonus question.
Tie game.
Whose dad is a Harlem Globetrotter legend?
Michael Jordan. All right,
The-
options.
The answer choices
Oh,
are
that's true. Good.
A. Chase Young, B. Anthony McFarland Jr., C. Ross Blacklock, or D. Jawan Jennings.
Ross Blacklock.
Anthony McFarland Jr., son of Anthony McFarland Sr.
Well, what was the third option?
Chase Young, Anthony McFarland, Ross Blacklock, Jawan Jennings.
And who'd you go, Mitch?
I went Blacklock.
I would go Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be Jawad.
Come on, Anthony. Come on, Tony. If Mitch
The
It's
could-
the one
correct
we did-
answer is Ross Blacklock.
No, oh, this is the worst game ever. We're not doing trivia anymore.
The TCU defender's father, Jimmy, started Texas before playing for the Globetrotters from 74 to 87. During his time on the team, he made various TV appearances, including The Tonight Show, Love Boat, and yes, Gilligan's Island. He is now the Globetrotters head coach.
Wow.
Can we
Mitch
keep a
is from-
tracker? Can we keep a
What?
tracker of how many times Jake doesn't win? Because it's up to a lot right now.
It's bad.
It's-
I've
it's
won in a
infinite
couple
right
years.
now.
Like, I don't think I've won in a couple years, legitimately. This is not good. All right. Mitch, you're going to be our host next week on the Swinging Bunt. Prepare some kind of top. Maybe give us a topic ahead of time so we can study or something. This is bad. All right. Great job, Wes. I enjoyed it very much. This has been the Swing Bunt Podcast. It has been a long one. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you share it with your friends. Let us know what you thought about our drafts and our ideas. And we'll catch you guys next week. Enjoy with draft Thursday night. Please go watch it. And I don't know why I'm telling you to. I don't get any money if you do. Don't watch it. I don't care. Bye.
Well, that was the worst outro ever.
Get out of here. Go ahead.